Well, good afternoon and welcome to Trust House Memorial Park. It is grand final day here today. The Tui Cup on the line. Got it in my hot little hand. Last one by Gladstone. In fact, last one by Greytown in 2015. So it's been a long time between drinks as well for the Marist Club. Joining me for sideline comments today, Anton Persico.
Yeah, thanks BG. This is going to be an absolutely epic game. This game's been live streamed on Wairarapa Bush Facebook and also YTV. We're hoping to get close to 20,000 viewers here today. And look, the matchups that are standing out for me here is I'm really excited to see the matchup between Solly Malatai and Nick Olsen out there on the wing. Solly's had a habit this year of creating opportunities out of nothing. Also for Greytown, Tehana Brown in the centres. I think this is going to be an area where Greytown try and exploit Marist in the centres here, and that's also going to be an epic encounter as well. The match officials for today, Alistair Payne has the whistle, Chris Jeffries and Shay O'Gorman are the assistant referees. The weather down here is perfect. There is a bit of a nor'wester breeze which is going to be favouring the side playing from left to right here today. It's a fast surface out here on the turf, and I think both sides are going to get really tested on their fitness levels. Now, I have been joined just before this game by the one and only Mark Childs. Mark, how are you?
Feeling good, Persico. Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Cool. What's the game plan today? Am I going to get anything out of you?
Oh, look, we're not going to do any drop goals or any grubbers, but we're going to try and use the ball. Yep. The conditions are worthy of that, and especially playing on the surface. So we played a kicking game the last couple of games against East Coast and Eketahuna, but we'll probably look to free it up a bit more today.
Cool. Do you think that wind's going to be a bit of a factor? It is a little bit swirly here, going left to right.
It's not bad at the moment. It could get up a little bit though, so Marist will probably be playing with it in the second half, but I don't think ultimately that'll decide who wins the game. It'll come down to the execution.
Hey, cool. Hey, thanks for chatting with us, Charles. You go and see your team, and good luck. I'll see you after the game, yeah? Thanks, Brett. Up to you.
I'll tell you what, we are in for one heck of a game here today. These are the two top teams in the local competition, as you know. Last time these two teams met, 1 point difference between them in favour of Marist, but that really counts for nothing. It was a few rounds ago. So we'll take a look at the matchups today. Starting with you, commentator Tony Lyford, and sitting the Greytown side.
Greytown today, Chris Hemes at loose head prop, Lance Buchanan at hooker, and Lewis Bush starting at tight head. The locking combination of Gareth Van Dalen and Regan Pope. Ryan Hargood, Rahi Brown and Tavita Isaac at number 8. This completes the pack. Hamish Merrick at 9, Kingy Kaiwai at 10, Nick Olsen on the left wing, Raniera Peterson, Tehana Brown is the midfield, Logan Prendeville and Grayson Evans at 15, young fellow with a lot of potential coming through. BG?
Yeah, joining us alongside in the commentary team with Joe Harwood is Kieran McAnulty. Kieran, pretty good Marist looking side. What have we got lined up?
Yeah, it is a good side, BG. Stan Wright, Sam Sia-Ossi and Eden Smith making up the front row. We've got Corey Reid and Captain Peter Beach at the second row. Joe Beach, Reese Severn and Aidan Eru-Eda. We've got Alessandra Malatai at halfback, Paddy Gluck, number 10, Anthony Tamakehu at one wing, and on the other, of course, Solly Malatai. Number 12 is Pua Tuffa. 13, Chris Matthews, and at fullback we have Tuffa. We've got a good reserve lineup here for Marist in my view. Henry Wilson, Jeremiah Mapasua, Blair Gardner, Tom Campbell, James Goodyear, Tuakana Riwai Couch, and Tuli Tuffa.
Yeah, it's a very interesting looking bench, I guess, on both fronts, and plenty of experience on both. Tony, you don't want to see these teams obviously go to the bench too early, but a lot of experience on both the Greytown and Marist side.
Definitely, there's some good experience there with Nick Hohepa for Greytown. He's played 20 to 30 games for Wairarapa Bush, and James Goodyear for Marist, who's been an absolute stalwart of Wairarapa Bush rugby, coming back from injury over the last couple of weeks, who's an outstanding rugby player, so it's very exciting.
What is exciting too is the noise of the crowd last night that we had with East Coast. Greytown have got the stand today, and on the far side, over by the hedge on the eastern side of the ground, all the Marist supporters. So it's all yellow, black, and red on the western side, and all green on the you might even say the Marist club side. Kieran, you've been involved in the local rugby scene and on and off the last few years. A gun halfback yourself. The matchups in the midfield today, pretty exciting.
Yeah, they are, BG. There's no doubt about that. And I think what also isn't in doubt is we have the two best teams in the competition here today. Top qualifier and second qualifier coming up. And I think you did right. It's the matchups that are a couple of key positions that are going to make the difference in my view, and pointing out the midfield definitely. I'd like to see Tihana Brown with a bit of ball. I'm looking forward to that from Greytown, but of course Chris Matthews and Suli Malatai as well for Marist really have been a key part of the backline which has earned their place as top qualifier this season.
Yeah, Suli's had a fantastic season. Had a year or a little bit of a year down in Wellington. Has been outstanding in the past for the Ferries Wairarapa Bush. Tony, we only got to go back to that game really when you saw that try scored against Horowhenua Kapiti. I mean, that was an outstanding player, and he brings a lot of different dimensions to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Soli Malatai has got genuine X factor, and in a game, I mean, we've all got plans and structures, but a guy like Soli can absolutely rip a game apart, and it could be a very interesting part of today, actually.
Joe Harwood, former captain of the Ferries Wairarapa Bush, and of course coach. You've got a number of these players in both teams that have been picked for representative honours this year. What are you looking for from their game today?
A couple of key guys there is that the beach combination there in the midfield. At locking for Marist, so just a bit of go forward and some wise heads there. Corey Reid coming back in, 49 games for Wairarapa Bush over a number of years, so they're really going to rely on that experience up front for Marist to keep them in the game. And we've got young guys like Stan Wright and Jerry Mapasua up front who have been close to getting into that representative side in the last 1 or 2 years, so they're going to have to work hard against the likes of Lewis Bush and Chris Hemi. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting game, BG, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, it shall be an absolute cracker, and we'll just welcome everyone in that is watching on the live stream via YouTube or Wairarapa TV or the Wairarapa Bush Facebook page. I know there's a number of guys watching from overseas. We've got viewers in there from Dubai, from Ireland, and I know that there's a few Greytown stalwarts, no doubt, that'll be parked up. I wonder if they've repainted the bonnet of their car, Tony, like they had a few years ago in Perth. That was an outstanding effort, but welcome to all of our viewers actually across the world for the Tui Cup, the grand final of Wairarapa Bush Club Rugby.
Very, very excited about today, BG. Just really excited to get it on. There's a couple of things that really stick out about today, BG, and that's the support of both these clubs. Marist have had a really, really tough last 10 years. Haven't had a lot of success, and they've had an amazing year winning the Moose Carpini this year with a really, really good performance. Really, really good. So quite excited to see what Marist bring today.
Interesting point to make too, that if Marist do win today, in what is their 75th Jubilee year, every single cup up for grabs in Wairarapa Bush Rugby will be in the Masterton District, and I can't remember the last time that actually happened.
No, and you know, it is an interesting facet of today at Marist in their 75th year, playing a club that's 145 years old. So
It was the second or third oldest rugby club in New Zealand.
Yeah, the third oldest club behind Nelson and Wellington. Yeah, absolutely. So it's almost the old versus the new today.
Well, it is, and it is the experience, and I think of when you look at the lineups of both teams as to how this game's going to go. It's the cool heads under pressure as Peter Beach leads out the Marist side, and what has had a fantastic year. Good to have the Beach boys back. Both you'll see there Peter leading the team out. Joe also playing today. Both have been selected for higher honours for the Ferries Wairarapa Bush, and what is a shortened but still important season in rugby.
We've also got a couple of nice coaches, BG, today, in Mark Childs coaching the Greytown side and Gerald Laloga coaching the Marist side. And as Greytown run out, you can hear the Greytown supporters, BG, just down to the left of us here.
Oh, it's outstanding, and this is what Club Finals Day is all about, albeit with restricted crowds. As Alistair Payne runs out of the tunnel, Chris Jeffries heading over to the eastern side as touch judge, and last night's referee, Shao Gorman, the fitness freak that he is, coming down to AR today's game after refereeing a very exciting final last night between East Coast and Carterton.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have these three out here today, both all experienced referees. CJ himself, Chris Jeffries, has done 4 or 5 finals, and I think Ali's in his 5th or 6th today, so absolutely no worries there. All three of them very good referees.
What impresses me too is the lineup of support staff these teams have around them. Tim McGilvery, of course, has been a stalwart for Greytown for a long time. We've got Jeff Higginson there, the Isaac boys, of course, who have been amazing, and Tavita, he was named a life member. A lot of people said, he's a young guy to be a life member, but he's done a hell of a lot for the Greytown club.
Tavita has been absolutely huge. I think it's a great decision to give a guy that's still so active and giving so much to the club to make him a life member. When, like every club, Greytown's had their hard times, and Tavita's been the guy, a driving force in behind that club. It's been fantastic.
It's great to see last night Katie Ralph doing a great job as physio, heavily pregnant for East Coast, and today it's Liz Enelico, of course, who is also pregnant and looking after the Marist side.
And as Raniera Pedersen has got the ball ready to kick off, and he kicks off deep into the Marist half, and it's a nice take on the sideline. Marist take the first hit up. And they go one off there. That's Sam Siosi with the first hit up. Slow ball. It's a nice clearance there. Going back. It's Ryan Hargood taking it up. And Greytown retaining possession on just outside the half there, inside their own half. Tavita Isaac taking his first hit up of the day. Making nice yardage, 3 metres there. And going to Chris Hemi. Very nice from Chris, beating the first two tacklers. Very, very aggressive in the breakdown. Hamish Merritt getting there quickly and clearing. Ryan Hargood taking the hit up. This is very good on-front football from Greytown. Hamish Merritt in there again to Raniera Pedersen. Hitting the gap. A little pop ball. No, he held on to it there. Greytown retaining possession. Hamish Merritt passing out to Rihi Brown. Rihi Brown seeing a little bit of space, looking to pop off. Takes the ball to ground. Good blow over by Gareth Vandal. And Regan Pope picks up. No. Ali Payne has called that up for a small knock on there.
It's unfortunate for Greytown, Tony. That it was a good start for them. It was very quick ball out of that breakdown. I must say Merrick was very quick with his passes. That gave those options for Greytown heading forward there.
Yeah, absolutely, Kieran. Hamish Merrick was getting there very quickly, and it definitely looks like a tactic of Greytown to be creating that fast ball at the breakdown. BG?
Yeah, look, it's both sides, obviously will want to get those nerves out of the way, and it takes a good 5 minutes to really get that after you get the legs pumping or you have that first touch or make that first tackle. So Greytown showing their hand early. They want to move that ball around. I think we're in for an exciting game of footy here today.
And we've got the first scrum setting down. This will be an interesting battle between these two packs. Greytown with a very young front row. Marist have actually got a couple of young guys themselves, and Greytown get a small advantage there. But Marist retain possession. Passing it out wide to Chris Matthews. Hitting it up, and Marist retaining possession. Alasana Malatai pops it off. Nice yardage there by Marist. It's good defence too.
Reece Saverne takes it into the tackle. He's
nice.
About 5 metres shy of the halfway on the Marist side of halfway. The ball's out. It's a beach boy in there. He's driven back by some pretty staunch Greytown defence. Marist looked to clear. Well, that tackle going a little bit high there, but referee Payne says, no, it's okay, play on.
Sam Siosi with 2 carries already there. He's getting very involved very early, the big hooker for Marist. Exciting young player.
Greytown want to be careful here, hands out.
The ball comes out again to Sam Siosi. It's his third hit up. Alasana Malatai, nice quick ball to Paddy Gluck. Puts the little kick through. Solly Malatai chasing, and then the ball finds touch. About 15 metres, 10 metres outside of Greytown's 22. So coming to the first line out, I believe that Marist might have a slight advantage here today. They've got a very, very big forward pack with some very tall timber. And we can see the Beach Boys in there. Number 5, Peter, and I think Joe might be wearing number 23 today. So Sam Siosi to throw in.
Quick word from the captain. Short line out option first off.
Greytown jumping early. Ali Payne just resetting. A lot of nerves out there in both teams.
Marist is backing off, looking to reset as the players come in. Still remains a short line out. But Gideon Smith, the prop at number 3, lifting it up from the front. Marist take the ball in nicely.
Joe Beach, nicely, BG.
Malatai. It's out to the loose forwards out there. They're setting up pods, looking to get their systems going, get it in place, and stick to the game plan.
Big Eden Smith there with the hit up. Paddy Gluck, coming at Puatuffa, taking it to the line. Making nice advantage, Greytown over the top, but Marist with a very good clean out. Alasana, pass it to Big Stan right. Making yardage on his first run of the day and retaining possession nicely.
Bit of space out to the left for Marist if they can get quick ball.
Paddy Gluck looking to take the line on. Chris Hemi and Lewis Bush, the front rowers, making the tackle there. Alasana Nice yardage there from the right winger from Marist. Oh, and referee Payne has ruled that Marist have gone and off their feet at the breakdown. Good defence from Greytown. Marist going very well, Kieran.
Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. They'll be disappointed by that, but kudos to Greytown there. They forced that mistake. They panicked. Marist, they felt they had no option but to go in hard. They went off their feet straight over the top, and of course that gives Greytown the penalty and a chance to get a bit of a breather, because up to that point, Tony, Marist were all over them, to be fair.
Yep, absolutely. It's very good retention of ball. So Tehana Brown kicks the ball up to about the 40-metre line there, just inside. Lance Buchanan to throw in for Greytown. Rihi Brown looking like he's setting up at 2. Tavita Isaac in there at 4. Regan Pope, Gareth Van Dalen there for Greytown. And it's a lob to Regan Pope in the middle of the line. A nice take. Hamish Merritt goes to Kingi Kaiwa. Ryan Hargood crashing up in midfield. Nice aggressive run from Ryan, a former Marist player himself, but he's got his knees to the ground there. Out to Davida Isaac, who does a little tip ball. Raniera Peterson into space. Raniera Peterson looking very dangerous here. Coming up to the fullback. Takes him out. Very nice tackle there from Tuffa. Pops it inside to Nick Olsen. Nick Olsen close line. High tackle. It's a try.
What a try. Absolutely fantastic work by Greytown there. Good teamwork.
Wow, that was fantastic. Some beautiful ball there.
Looking at the replay, look at that. He just he took just a big hit there, and to get that offload out, I know referee Alistair Payne having a bit of a chat to Chris Jeffries on whether or not that tackle was high. They're obviously happy with it. Nick Olsen, what an experienced man.
Absolutely. Nick has been a stalwart of Wairarapa rugby, Greytown and East Coast for many years, and he's played many games for Wairarapa Bush in very good position there to finish the try.
That was fantastic work by Peterson to take a hit like that, but still have the presence of mind to look for the offload. It was there, and he made it, and that's what set Greytown up for that fantastic try.
All right, I'm just going to go sideline the Mayor of South Wairarapa, who was jumping for joy. Anton Persico, you've got Alex there.
Yeah, hi, I'm here with Alex Bain, the Mayor of South Wairarapa. Alex, you were jumping around just then. Greytown got off to a good start and scored a nice try.
Fantastic to see the South Wairarapa doing so well. Yeah, and isn't this great? Here we are in the middle of COVID, and yet we've still got a crowd. The field's looking fantastic. Great rugby.
Cool. Hey, mate, enjoy the game, Alex. Who are you tipping for this one?
Greytown, of course.
Cool, mate. Thanks.
Might have been awkward for the next elections if he'd picked anyone else, to be fair.
Exactly. Raniera Peterson taking the conversion. And straight between the uprights. Nice start for Greytown. 7-0. Very nice start.
It's good to see the Mayor of South Wairarapa here today. You just can't keep a politician out of a rugby match, can you? They always want to get involved. But look, Greytown will be very happy with that. Coming up 7-0 now after that converted try. Marist really do need to recover, because to be fair, Greytown were under the pump. They took a chance and now they're ahead.
It's about getting that composure now, really, isn't it? And having that reset discussion with your forwards and going, right, hey, we're still in this. It's only 7 minutes gone.
Absolutely. Rihi Brown took the kick off there. Greytown going wide straight away. Raniera Peterson again into space. Raniera Peterson and fending off players. Pops it to Kingi Kaiwai. Kingi Kaiwai goes to Gareth Van Dalen on the inside. Lovely play from Greytown. Great interchange of ball, and that's a big advantage there. Playing advantage. Chris Hemi takes the ball close to the ruck. Makes 2 metres. Pass it to Lewis Bush. No. He's still playing advantage. Ali Payne's got the penalty there. That was a little bit cynical from Marist. They need to be a little bit careful there. Some very nice play, but good scrambling from Marist.
It's the third time in recent memory here in this match that Marist have come under the pump and they've infringed. Really, when Greytown puts them under pressure, they're really starting to make some silly mistakes that didn't need to be a penalty, but here they are with an opportunity within minutes to go 10-0 up.
There's only barely 9 minutes gone in the game by the time this kick is taken, actually. So you don't want to be doing this for the rest of the game, otherwise it's going to blow out.
Raniera Peterson seems to be cutting some capers out there. He's a very talented young man that played 6 games for Wairarapa Bush last year at second 5. Very talented young man. Joe?
I think so far we've seen the attacking awareness of Raniera. He's broken the line twice, particularly in those last few minutes. Some great support line from Gareth Van Dalen there to run off his shoulder on the inside. Strength of Raniera's games is defensive work, and he hasn't been tested as yet, but when he does, watch those shoulders go.
Just like that try, Tony, we saw Peterson really take a good hit but had the presence of mind to get the offload, and that really set Greytown up to put the pressure onto Marist.
And the ball's in the air, and he's just pushed that to the left of the upright. An early miss there for Raniera, so that's 1 out of 2 shots.
I'm just going to quickly go down sideline to Anton Persigos with Jonathan Tanner, the Greytown forwards coach.
Yeah, JT, perfect start for you boys. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, nice to see them actually putting into place what we've been doing at training all week.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
cool, mate. All right, well, hopefully you boys can keep it up.
Cheers.
Get the back in. Stan Wright's doing well against him. Just in terms of this play here, I'd like to see Greytown come out wide and attack outside. Solly does have that ability, or does have that misread and defence every now and there where he will jam and give that space outside, so there's an option there.
I'd say we were looking for Greytown to really test Chris Matthews there in the midfield. Leo Enelico sadly was blue carded last week. We wish him all the best in his recovery, but this is where one of the attacking fronts will come potentially. It's Nick Olsen is brought into the game, scored the try earlier in the match.
It looks like
Hayward out there though.
It looks like it's gone backwards. Raniera Peterson cleans up nicely. Ryan Hargood in there, first man to secure possession. Hamish Merrick passes it out to Kingi Kaiwai at first receiver, who cuts out to Tehana Brown. It goes out to Nick Olsen, who just unfortunately knocks that one on. And that Nick Olsen was in some very big space there with Chris Hemi outside him, which is very interesting. Joe?
You're just picking up on some of that defensive shape from Marist. Some of their big boys are starting to get tired already. Greytown looking to snap back down their blind side. A couple of big boys caught out there by Marist. Just lucky the ball went to ground. Worrying signs for those guys out wide.
Yeah, look, they scored there earlier, didn't they? And exposed to a bit of a weakness in a couple of holes there. So maybe they will look to plug that area a little bit more. We saw that last night in the Carterton game. They started well by keeping it tight, but as soon as they went wide, probably cost them points.
It's been a nice start to the game though, Kieran. Nice and wide rugby.
Yeah, good intent from both sides. I think obviously the scoreboard reflects the relative dominance, I think, of Greytown over Marist at the moment. They are showing real good intent, every opportunity to spin it wide and run the ball.
And here's the Marist. Yep, and that's a nice scrum from Marist holding up there. And that's an average pass. Tehana Brown pouring through. Oh, well cleaned up there. Ali Payne has ruled a knock on against Marist, so that was good pressure there, but the halfback's pass was a little bit average. I thought he's had a pretty good start though, young Alassana Malatai at halfback for Marist. He's been getting to the breakdown and clearing really quickly, so that was unfortunate.
You just get that sense that Greytown have settled into the final a little bit more better than what Marist have. The nerves are still showing from the green and whites, and I think Greytown, obviously they've had more possession, but they have settled into their game a little bit earlier, and that could be telling at that 80-minute mark.
Yes, but I think also what it shows, BG, is how much this means to both teams. This is a prestigious accolade, the highest in Wairarapa Bush rugby, and both teams desperately want this for different reasons, and I think that explains the nerves at the start of the match.
We've got score still sitting at 7-0. It's coming up 14 and a half minutes gone. Greytown with the feed.
And here they're putting
right
a bit
out in front.
Bit of pressure on in the scrum here, BG.
Big scrum
Pouring
from
through.
Greytown.
Oh, and they've got the advantage, BG. And Oh, and they milked the penalty out of the scrum. That's been, and Hamish Merrick takes a quick tap to Kingi Kai way into space. Logan. And it's gone. Oh, he's ruled the forward pass. He might come back for the advantage. No, he's ruled advantage over there. His referee Payne.
So there's two opportunities there for potential scoring opportunities that have just been handling areas for Greytown. So, Joe, is that the nerves settling in, or what's going on out there?
Just the pace of the game. First time back on the turf this year, and some of the big boys, they have got a big pack Marist, and they're struggling with the pace at this point. Very unlucky then, Greytown. It would have been good to see that ref play penalty advantage off that scrum. They had a chance to take it. Not only that, they've turned it over within 5 metres, and he's handed the ball back to Marist. So consider themselves lucky, Marist, to get away with that one.
All right, scrum set down.
Marist coming under some pressure early here.
We've got 15 metres out, Marist to the feed.
And that was a better scrum from Marist. Alisana passes it back to Paddy Gluck, who clears. Very good pressure, though, from Hamish Merrick.
We'll take
you can hear from the crowd, there's only 100 people here, but you'd think there was 1,000. There's a lot of strong support here for Greytown.
Oh, it's a quick line out from Greytown too. They're wrestling for the ball on the ground. Marist desperately getting in there for the counter-ruck. I'm not sure that's the best option at this point when you're on a very, very tight defensive schedule. Ryan Hargood with a big hit up. He's taken down again about 15, 16 metres short of the line. The ball's flicked out. It's Chris Hemme. Oh, he takes the ball into contact. He's brought down again about probably 15 metres out from the line. Another wayward pass from Greytown. Oh, Logan
Prenival makes the break.
Couple of big hits. 5 metres out. Greytown still attacking the Marist line.
Gareth Van Dalen picks up. And it looks like he scored. Yes, he has. Gareth Van Dalen straight through the middle of the ruck there. That was just great front foot ball from Greytown. Very, very hard to stop.
Sideline is Anton Persigo, and he's with a very proud dad. He's got two sons playing in the game today, both Joe and Peter Beach. Anton.
Yeah, thanks, BG. I'm down sideline here with Peter Beach. Peter, not the greatest start we wanted.
No, it's we've had this problem in a couple of earlier games where we've been slow starters, so we just need to retain the ball and obviously get down the other end.
Yeah, totally agree. Also, Brent, down here on ground level, the wind is getting a bit stronger, so that's behind Greytown at the moment. So let's hope when Marist gets some ball, they can hold on to it at the other end.
Thanks, Anton. Yeah, the forecast is for strong nor'westers this afternoon, so that will make a big difference for Marist in the second half if they can use that wind to their advantage. But what they don't want is be too many points behind.
Raniera Peterson converts, taking that score out there to 14-0 after 17 minutes. It's been a very, very good start from Greytown, and that just could be a bit of experience showing from Greytown, just getting into their game a little bit quicker than Marist. Joe just made a very good point. Greytown's line out running at 100% so far today, and that's been struggling in the last couple of weeks, so they've done a lot of work at training this week, have Greytown on their line out. Marist kick off now, and it's coming down. Looks like Ryan Hargood. Joe Beach unfortunately knocks it on for Marist. Gareth Van Dalen pouring through the middle of the ruck again, creating quick ball for Greytown. Hamish Merrick clearing to Ryan Hargood, who's into about his 4th or 5th hit up today. He's had a very good start to the game, here's Ryan. Hamish passing out to Chris Hemme at first receiver. Chris Hemme goes onto the outside of the player, beats two players. Chris Hemme looking very strong.
It's a lot of drop ball going backwards, however. Referee Payne with his arm out advantage there for Greytown.
Out to Lewis Bush at first receiver, who takes the hit up. And there's that quick ball again for Greytown. And they've skipped out Chris Hemme out to Davida Isaac. Going in the slightly wider channel there. Out to Raniera Peterson looking to take the line on. Oh, and he doesn't offload. Oh, that would have been magic. Chris Hemme knocked it on. Marist, Solly Malatai. It looks to see a bit of brilliance here from Solly. Beats two players, beats three players. Nice run from Solly Malatai. Paddy Gluck in there. Halfback Kozza Reid. Oh, bad luck, Kozza. He was hitting a good line there, unders line.
There's a penalty been awarded here by referee Payne. He's 5 metres in from touch and about 5 metres in from the halfway mark.
What's your thoughts, Kieran? How did Marist get back into this game, mate? I know there's only 18 minutes gone, but they're down 14-0.
Well, they're going to have to take advantage of this, aren't they? They're giving themselves a decent bit of possession here. It has gone out, and they've set it on the Greytown side of the 22. So really a good attacking option here. But we haven't actually seen Marist take advantage of their pretty decent backs here. So I'd like to see them have a crack. We talked about the centre combinations and how that's going to be a key feature of this match. Well, let's see Marist do it.
Sam Siosi to throw on the line out, just inside Greytown's 22. And there it goes to Joe Beach, who's beautiful Alisana Malatai. Pass it out to Paddy Gluck. Nice 20-metre pass to Puatafa in midfield. Nice defence from Greytown. Good strong running from Puatafa. Alisana Malatai gets the ball quickly there to Joe Beach. Joe Beach takes the first hit up. Marist getting good retention here. Alisana passes it over to Stan Wright, who pops to Aidan Edu. He's a nice run. Very strong young man. Makes good advantage over the advantage line there. Alisana. Oh, then Marist going through the middle of the ruck there. Greytown fanning out. Marist taking advantage of that. It's good heads-up play from Marist. Alisana goes out to Aidan Edu again, who hits it up. That's his third hit up of the set. Very nice play. Marist looking to go quickly here. Goes to Paddy Gluck at first fire. Paddy Gluck taking the line on. Does a spin and hit and spin. Pops it out to Puatafa. Oh, bad luck. That was a beautiful line from Puatafa.
Wasn't it?
That was very unfortunate, but referee Payne has ruled a forward pass there.
They've got a Greytown player down and back play over there. No, he's all right. He's on his feet.
Up until that, you've got to say Marist did absolutely everything right there. They took advantage of that penalty. They got themselves in a good position, spun it wide, spun it back, but just when they needed to, they unfortunately could not finish it off.
It's probably the second time we've seen Marist attack from a line out, and there's space back down that short side, so Greytown are pushing hard around the corner defensively, but if Marist can snap back straight away, really short back down that narrow side and a good chance to put points on the board from a line out anyway.
20 minutes gone. Marist probably need to make sure they stay down here as long as they can. Greytown will look to clear that ball pretty quickly, but we have seen that trend in recent years of rather than a pass back and reset, you've seen one or two runners come up, Tony, and then look to move the ball and clear it from there.
Absolutely, and that's just to create some more space there for the kicker to do that. So Greytown, though, with a very steady scrum, which will create nice ball for their backs here. So Tehana Brown, close to the ruck, just makes that beautiful 10 metres just to take a bit of pressure off. Marist on the back foot now, which will give the kicker a bit more time, Kingi Kaiwai, but he ends up feeling a little bit under pressure, so he just takes it back into the ruck. So sets up. So Grayson Evans has moved into first receiver there.
That
slow ball.
That line speed really important here to keep the pressure on. Even though you're the defensive team, you're in their half, you're in their 22. You've got to keep that pressure on if you want to get that ball back and start scoring some points. You know, we're 21 minutes gone. Marist have got the donut at the moment as Greytown look to clear.
Tehana Brown with a very big boot there, clearing out of his own half, and it comes across to Tafar. Tafar looking to beat players, beats one, beats the first player, beats the second player. Nice yardage, a nice 12-metre run there from Tafar. And Marist looking to retain possession here. And Ali Payne has got advantage. Greytown's been penalised. Let's look what the call there. Not rolling away. Greytown not rolling away from the ruck. So Marist now starting to get in a bit of position inside the Greytown half.
Kieran, the intensity of this game is exactly what you wanted a final, and these forwards are working pretty hard out there, mate.
Yeah, and as Joe mentioned earlier, there's a sign of fatigue for a few of them, but there's some experienced players out there at the same time, so they'll be able to gee up these young guys, give them a bit of a go ahead, and I'm pretty confident they'll be able to keep this up for a wee while longer, BG, but certainly not the whole game, you'd have to think. It is certainly end-to-end stuff, and it's exactly what you want from a final. But what I have noticed in the last 5 minutes, and I'm sure it's evident to all, that Marist really have got their tails up now. They've been buoyed a wee bit.
Absolutely, and then Joe Beach takes that line out down. Oh, bad luck. Unfortunately, a lifter got in front of Joe Beach there, the referee has called. And that's always one of those penalties, BG, that's 50-50, but it is a rule in rugby.
Yeah, it is, and it is unfortunate, but I guess that's the excitement and the willingness to get over that line that causes these sorts of things. But it is what it is. Greytown will have another defensive scrum. They're about 7 metres in their own 22 on the eastern side of the ground, about 14 metres infield.
Marist were able to put a fair bit of pressure onto Greytown the last time they were down and ready to kick out from their own line, but they've got a wee bit more space this time, Tony, so you'd have to think that Greytown will be able to get it to the sideline, regather and contest that line out.
Yeah, I think they agreed, Kieran. I think they will look to just take this quicker. Instead of going to one phase, they might just look to clear this straight from the scrum. A nice little pressure there from Stan Wright, wheeling that scrum around, but it's just a reset there. So there's a good little battle in the front row there. Ali Payne having a talk to the front rowers, so he's having a chat to, he's pulled out Lewis Bush and Stan Wright.
There's a good battle going on in there, really, really good battle. You've got a guy who's been picked for higher honours this year, Lewis Bush, and the young Stan Wright, who he'll want to get the better of this guy, but such is the stature of Lewis Bush, he can get low, and as long as he drives straight, he's good.
Yeah, Lewis Bush is a very powerful young man. Stan Wright, and some of you might know, he's Stan Wright Jr. His dad is an international rugby player, played a lot for the Cook Islands and played many years in France. And so...
Heineken Cup winner too, Tony, for Leinster. Yep.
There you go. Heineken Cup winner. So there's some pretty good pedigree there for young Stan Wright. And it's very, very nice battle early in this game. So Greytown with the ball. Merrick to put into the scrum. And we can see the battle over here on the near side. This is the Stan Wright Lewis Bush battle. A nice hit from both sides. Merrick feeds.
Greytown will want to
Nice
hold this
steady
ball
scrum.
tight. Beautiful.
To Kingi Kaiwai, who puts in the right boot. And it's not going to find touch to the Marist winger. Very nice defence. Marist get back beautifully to retain possession. And there's a nice long pass there out into the midfield. And Tafar makes a little break there. Nice little ball on the inside. And now Alessandra gets there quickly. Cozza Reed around the corner, smashing into the Greytown defence there. Marist getting there, very quick position again. Alessandra clears, and it goes to Stan Wright, hitting it up into the midfield.
They've got their pod set up there, Tony, but it's not going to happen. Greytown have stolen the ball from a Marist mistake. They've gained about 10 metres out of it, and they'll look for field position now.
Tehana
ball
Brown
down the other end of the field.
Absolutely, very heads-up play from Tehana, just looking to go deep and create pressure. Tafar's getting back, who's a clever player. Grayson Evans there with the tackle, and Logan Prendeville, very nice. He's off his feet though, and Ali Payne's got that. There we go, there's the penalty, absolutely, that was very clear there. Logan Prendeville went straight off his feet. Ali Payne making the call. But very heads-up play there from the turnover. Straight to Tehana Brown, who's a very heads-up player and saw the space. Joe?
Great work by the experience of Tehana Brown there to see that space at the back. Tafar's been solid all year for Marist and really saved them a number of times and gets back and does the job back there. Question mark for me is how long can Marist afford to wait before they get Solly Molotai into the game?
I couldn't agree more.
Most potent attack weapon for them. And yet he's had only one touch on the ball. What are your thoughts, BG?
Yeah, we saw that in the senior reserve final actually with Greytown too. You know, Charlie Brown, very, very quick ringer, arguably one of the quickest in the senior reserve competition, and he was hardly used. So let's hope we don't have a repeat of this today in favour of Marist. But there we go. Siossi lines up, throws the ball in, goes to the back. Reece Severn off. Paddy Gluck to get the ball. Paddy Gluck looks at a hole, sees the space. Solly Molotai, we just talked about him. He's there. Well, he's got the ball. Oh, it's a quick run. Nick Olsen cuts him down. That looked a little high. Referee Payne says, no, it's okay. Marist looked to go right. Poor Tuffer. It looks like Marist in the corner. Try
time. Lovely break in the midfield there. Paddy Gluck running outside. Beautiful try there to the Marist right winger. Left winger, sorry. Tamakihu. Very nice finish there. Well done, Marist. That was excellent, Kieran.
Yeah, that was really impressive. I mean, that was the first time that they've really had the chance to finish off. The first two times before that, there was an infringement, there was a mistake by Marist, and they weren't able to do it. This time, they really did capitalise from a break and play in the midfield, a really quick set-up there in front of their line. All they had to do was spin it wide. There was no defenders in front of them, a catch and dive, and that's exactly what they did. Good on Marist. That's exactly what they needed, and a chance now to go 7 points on the board. Only one converted try behind Greytown, and you'd have to say, up to this point, that probably is exactly what Marist needed.
Yeah, it is, and it needed to happen certainly in this half. Sideline, Anton Persigo, and one very happy Marist man.
100% Benji Marist needed to get back into this game, and Paddy Clark opened him up down the middle. He's got 2 tries against Glasgow in that last round doing the same thing, so hopefully he keeps taking it to the line and that frees up these outside backs.
All right, when you take a look at the bench for Marist at the moment, you've got Jeremiah Mapasua there. He's ready to go. You've got Blair Gardner, another experienced prop. He's played a bit of rugby overseas as well. He's ready to go. Henry Wilson. And Marist just struggling a little bit, I think, in that front row with Stan Wright up against the very powerful Lewis Bush. As the kick is made for the conversion.
No good.
No, it's gone wide. So Greytown still hold the lead. 27 minutes gone. It's 14 points to 5.
It will be very interesting, BG, to see how long Coach Gerald Laloga waits before he makes those changes. Big Eden Smith, who's had a very, very good start to the first 10 minutes of the game, but in the last 15 minutes he's been struggling a bit with the pace of this game on the turf. I think this might be the first game on the turf this year, club rugby.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think what people forget is the turf tends to radiate a bit of heat as well. So whilst it might be 17 degrees and a slight breeze, there's a little bit of radiated heat coming off that. Big Aids hits it up. They're just outside their 22. Marist will look to clear this.
Oh, it's a turnover, BG. Chris Hemi hits it up. Going straight through, and he's hard to tackle. He's made 10 tough metres, Chris Hemi. Gets Greytown to the front foot. Hamish Merrick in there quickly digging. Clears the ball to Lance Buchanan, going close, taking the hard metres, Lance Buchanan. Nice from Sam Siossi, puts a nice shot in there. Greytown looking to clear that ball quickly. Oh, they're off their feet, and there we go. Marist straight off their feet again. Referee Payne is very consistent today. He doesn't want anybody coming off their feet.
This is the second penalty in almost the same spot that Marist have conceded while on defence. Joe, we talked about this earlier. These ones are real coach killers.
Yeah, that's right. They've just put points on the board and then looking to concede straight away. Just a touch on the shape that we're seeing from Marist at the moment. Very similar to what we saw from Carterton last night. Sort of on that back foot, on their heels, and not really punching onto that ball and offering much go for it at this point. So we really need to look at that shape.
Runny Era Peterson lines up from right in front here. It's 14-5 to Greytown at the moment after 29 minutes. Peterson right in front, taking his time. Comes in. Straight between the uprights, Runny Era Peterson. Greytown,
no mistake there.
3 points further ahead, taking the score out to 17-5.
Yeah, you can't have a seesaw scoring game when your team's well out in front. 2 converted tries now required for Marist to even get a semblance of a slight lead, and they will need to reset quickly. As we said earlier, some of those big boys are huffing and puffing out there. The turf is pretty unforgiving with that radiating heat off, like I mentioned earlier, so they will look to reset. Ball goes deep. It's going to fall just outside the 22. Is that... Oh.
Tavita Isaac takes it and beats the first player, beats the second player, Tavita Isaac. Third player, brilliant run from Tavita Isaac, huge yardage through the middle. Coming through the ruck, that's fine. Lewis Bush standing there at first receiver, looking to go. Stan Wright looking to go to make the tackle. Nice from Stan Wright. Aidan Edu over the top, looking for the turnover. Gareth Van Dalen goes to the blowout. Tehana Brown, he didn't play advantage. He's gone straight to the whistle. Oh,
double blow.
He's called Aidan Edu out here. Is he looking for his touch, Judge? I'm not sure what happened there, BG. Did you see?
No, I would have to take a look at that one on the replay, mate. But, there's Marist conceding way too many penalties to do anything here. You've got a Greytown player. Looks like Lewis Bush potentially down in the background. Be interesting to see there. Joe?
Yeah, that's Lewis Bush down at the moment. Looks like a yellow card's just come out.
That's a yellow card.
Aiden's been sent to the bench for 10 minutes to have a break. I think there's 1 or 2 other guys that probably need a rest out there at the moment. Probably time to start looking at those changes. That break from Tavita Isaac, he's a class player, but that's some lazy defence, some soft arms getting in that wrap. Yeah, he's gone through and made a 20-metre break.
We're not going to see that replay, Joe, so I'm not entirely sure what that penalty was from, but nonetheless...
Lewis Bush seemed to reel away from that, BG, but I'm not sure exactly what happened. Same as you, it was hard to see there. Tavita Isaac's pointed to the line.
I wonder if you've ever used
they've gone for it.
That tactic in a game. I mean, he's looking at 47-odd metres.
47 metres, shot at goal.
For a shot at goal. This will take them out of successful to a 20-5 lead with 30 minutes gone on the clock. I mean, that's an impressive kick. But they do have a slight breeze out there, which is you probably can't tell. So that will assist him on his radar, hopefully. And we'll see how he gets on.
I've seen Runny Era kick quite a bit this year, at least a couple of games, and this is right on the edge of his limit. So this will be a great nudge. That breeze might just help him, but it's a very large kick.
I'd say that yellow card is going to cost Marist, unfortunately. They're already starting to look tired. With 1 man extra less on the field, I think that's going to hurt.
Yep, absolutely. Kieran and Runny Era Peterson comes in, hits that beautifully, but it's going to go to the left of the post. Almost just didn't quite have the distance there.
Not a bad nudge, though, to be fair.
No, it was a good nudge. Like I said, I was right on the edge of Runny Era's range.
Marist are going to have to look to go deep here and make Greytown run to them because with 1 man down, like you said, it's a huge risk. Greytown will look to take advantage of that, and I think you might see a few of those balls go a little bit wider now just to try and catch him out.
Oh, that's a big mistake from Marist. They had a man in front from the 22 dropout. Absolutely fair call from Ali Payne. That gets let go in a lot of club rugby games. I've seen that a lot this year. But once again, referee Payne, sharp eye, right on the money.
Captain Peter Beach shaking his head going, you've got to be joking.
Well, you can't blame the ref here, really. This is a final. And the rules are there for a reason. And in fairness to him, Marist have been infringing quite a bit consistently. I think that was probably the precursor to that yellow card. He'd had enough. A message has been sent. And then they go and do something like that again. It's unfortunate.
I think Greytown have been the recipient of 2, maybe 3 penalties. But Marist are getting penalised off the park at the moment for a lot of infringements.
And there's a big scrum here, and with Marist with 1 down. Greytown might look to keep this in. They've done it quite a bit this year.
22-metre pushover would be impressive, Tony.
Now, they actually did it last week against Eketahuna. It was unbelievable. So Greytown keep the ball in there, and they're just looking to milk the penalty here. They've only gone 4 metres at the moment. Paddy Gluck gets caught close. Raniera Peterson looking to run at the gap. Hard to top was Raniera, and he makes it up within about 12 metres of the line there. And Ali Payne comes back for the scrum penalty. That's the big advantage Greytown look to have, is they're really going to work now on this Marist forward pack.
Give Marist credit where it's due. I mean, they did as good as they possibly could with 1 man down against a very impressive Greytown scrum there.
21 metres out. You would have to say he's probably not going to miss from here. I don't want to give the commentator's curse on it, but 33 minutes gone and 17 points to 5 is the current score. Greytown leading over Marist in the Tui Cup Final. Marist, of course, with the man in the bin. Not entirely sure what that infringement was for earlier, but Aiden will be kicking himself, no doubt, for that, letting his team down. Look, this has happened several times this year, though. Marist have come back and actually scored points while they've been a man down. But in a final, there's only win or lose. There's no next week.
33 minutes in there, Tony, and who's been those standout performers for you so far, mate?
Raniera Peterson has absolutely been punching holes through that Marist defence, especially early in the game. Also think a couple of Greytown, Chris Hemi there has made some very good advantage, quite close to the ruck today. Paddy Gluck has also played very well for Marist. He has been punching the line there when Marist get front foot ball. Quite impressed with him. I do agree with everybody in the commentary box here. I'd like to see Solly Malatai get more involved. He is an absolute excitement machine. So I'd really, really like to see him get involved. The other one is Aiden Edu. He's number 7. He's the guy who got sin binned. He's actually had a really industrious 30 minutes.
Very, very strong runner.
Tafar kicks off down to Tavita Isaac. Tavita Isaac beats the first player again. He's invariably does Tavita Isaac. He's a stalwart of Greytown rugby. And the pass goes back to Kaiwai, who thumps it straight down the middle. Let's see what Tafar does here. Oh, bit of a collision there between Tafar and Solly Malatai. Lewis Bush gets beaten by Tafar.
Tafar fends off one, gets taken down. They are about 8 metres on the Marist side, the grandstand side of touch. Joe Beach, big hit up from him.
He's working hard, BG, Joe Beach. He's had a few hit ups today. Paddy Gluck looking for space there. And he gets a nice kick from Paddy Gluck.
Kingy's got that well covered out there as well.
Quick ball and trouble.
And here go Greytown. And Tehana looking for space. Oh, he's popped it out to Bush. Oh, there's big numbers here for Greytown. Regan Pope taking on Sam Siossi. And it goes out to Davida Isaac. Davida Isaac beats Solly Malatai on the inside. Then again, Davida Isaac looking to go on the inside. Very good yardage. Greytown there quickly. Regan Pope following up with a huge run. Pass it to Kingy Kaiwai. Out to Raniera Peterson. Out to Chris Hemi. Chris Hemi looking to take the ball on. Goes to Grayson Evans. Grayson Evans takes it in. 4 metres from the line now. Greytown putting huge pressure on Marist. Marist have got players on the ground really, really struggling. And they go through the middle. Try time, Chris Hemi. Just too much altogether. Too much power there from Greytown. Some absolutely lovely interchanges, Kieran. Some nice looking rugby.
You could see that was going to be a try about 10 seconds earlier, wasn't it? That was really, really impressive stuff from Greytown. Broken play. They took absolute advantage of it. Marist are buggered. They're absolutely tired. They've got men down all over the show at the moment, and Greytown have got their tails up. They are happy. And I've got to say, now that we have got a break in play, how good is Lewis Bush playing today?
Oh, having an outstanding game. That pass from Chris Hemi as well was absolutely outstanding. Wonderful try, good strength, and well-deserved Greytown. Sideline, Anton Persico.
Big trouble here. They got players all over the ground. They got 1 man in the bin, and they're really looking like they just need to get through to half-time and regroup here. But Greytown looking solid. Tavita Isaac, a massive run up the field to set up that try.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you're down 1 man. There's no doubt about it. And then another on defence as Marist got a player now coming to the sideline, Tony.
Tafar, is it? He got hurt a few phases ago. He's been good today, Tafar. He's one of those guys who doesn't make a lot of mistakes. That's quite a big loss. It looks like a blood bin though, BJ. Oh, Ranieri Peterson from the sideline. Wow. Those 2 points, they can really add up in a final, Kieran.
Yeah, that was class. I mean, how good is this bloke? He has been in every single dominant play that Greytown have been over Marist here. Every single point that's been scored, Peterson has played a part. And his running game's been really fantastic. His offloads in the tackle has been exceptional, setting them up for 2 tries at least. I'm very impressed by Peterson today.
All right, Marist need to really get stuck into their work now. They're a man down, and whilst that is unfortunate, they're going to have to find something deep down inside to get back 27-5 down, and we are approaching the half-time break real soon. So they need to be the next to score.
Raheem Brown takes that kick off. Pass it to it goes to Ryan Hargood. Out the back to Ranieri Peterson. Looks to take on the line again, Ranieri Peterson. Still looking great. I'm getting very confident now, looking to go from their own 22, which is always dangerous. They might be a bit overconfident. They've knocked it on there. Marist need to use this. Goes out to Sam Siossi. Punching it up, Sam Siossi into Tavita Isaac. Nice run from Big Sam.
This is a good reply from Marist. They've just got to keep going. The only problem is Greytown are all over this in the breakdown, but looks like Alistair Payne has his arm out, playing advantage here.
That's a scrap at the breakdown, isn't it?
Real big one. Corey Reid just going down there, I think, before.
Oh, James Goodger has just come on for Marist.
Paddy Gluck looking for a hole there. Doesn't quite find it.
No, Paddy Gluck. Another break.
Oh! Paddy Gluck, that is an outstanding.
Absolutely fantastic.
They're down a man. They fought hard, like you were saying before, around that ruck, and Paddy has just opened up what was not even a hole. Some pretty poor defence from Greytown there.
There was no hole there. Paddy Gluck should not have made it through that, but he did. And he scored a try, and it was absolutely fantastic stuff. And actually, heading into half-time, that's just what this game needs. And it's just what Marist needs, because they would have gone into the changing room with their heads down. Now, they've actually got a bit of hope.
Because he beat 3 players there, did Paddy Gluck. 4 players. That was an outstanding try from Paddy Gluck. If you think back to the first Marist try, he also made a 30-metre break in there and set up Solly Militai, who went back. So, Paddy Gluck playing very well for Marist today. Just very dangerous on attack today. BG?
Yeah, very dangerous. He's really lit up that back line and playing well at 10. CEO Tony Hargood sideline with Anton Persico.
Yeah, Marist really needed that try. Again, Paddy Gluck, he's keeping this Marist side alive at the moment. I'm here with former Wairarapa Bush commentator, but CEO of Wairarapa Bush, Tony Hargood. Tony, awesome day.
Yeah, look, Anton, I've moved on. I've moved on. The younger people need to learn that one as well. Hey, look, what a great game at the moment. Tavita Isaac, outstanding, isn't he? He's really leading the charge. And as you agreed, Paddy Gluck, he's leading, so 2 guys, 2 senior-old statesmen out there really doing it. It's exciting at the moment. I'm still picking a very close finish. We know Marist is a strong second half, and this one keeps changing left all over the place.
Hey, thanks, Tony. Back to you, BG.
All right, Greytown looking to reset after that. They still hold a pretty sizable lead, 27 points to 12.
Ranieri Peterson looking to take the kick off. And it's a very, very nice, lots of height on that from Ranieri Peterson.
Excellent kick.
It was Aidan Edu back on. Served his 10 minutes. He'll look to... Oh, that's half-time. Paddy Gluck just takes the option there. So half-time score there is 27-12, BG.
Look, it's been very much a bruising first half. Anton just shooting out onto the field there. I think he's going to try and grab Greytown captain Tavita Isaac for a quick interview. Anton, over to you, mate.
Hey, Tavita Isaac, mate, what a run up the field, mate. You guys are going good. You must be happy with the score at this stage.
Look, I'm not happy until the 80 minutes, bro. Get that alpaca ready.
I'll have the alpaca ready for you, mate.
You've never seen Anton Persico run that quick unless someone's chasing him. That's outstanding. So half-time, look, Marist really need to get themselves into a work rate and into this game. Greytown took a couple of minutes to settle down, but have certainly been the better of the two in terms of looking after the nerves in those opening exchanges. And whilst there's been 2 tries from Marist, they have a big hill to climb, but not unassailable really, because they can do that. We know that. They're a good second-half side. What are we thinking, Joe? What would you be saying if you were the Marist coaches now at half-time?
Look, we've got 40 minutes left in our season, guys. We haven't really applied a lot of pressure in terms of being down there and had big minutes in the half, so let's get our hands on the ball. I still think there's a lot of space for Marist to attack back down that short side, particularly off line out. If they can pull the Greytown forwards around the corner the defending really narrow back on that short side. They've got to look at that space and behind and get that ball back to Solly Malatai.
Right, Peterson. Look, we're taking a look at that first try just on the highlights. It's moved. Nick Olsen in a great position. I mean, he's a seasoned campaigner. He's been playing for a long time now. He's come back from injury, returned, and still absolute class. Some wonderful finishes there. Look at this.
Absolutely. Just in good positions there, Nick Olsen. You'd expect that from a man of Nick's experience.
Are we winding back the clock there, boys, to see Cully up there that quick next to Raniero after that big break? He looked good.
Raniero kicking well. He missed
well.
that one from 47 metres out, but there's certainly nothing to be ashamed of for that. Slight breeze in the second half. The wind is slowly picking up. Now, this may or may not favour Marist. They haven't really been playing a big territory game, unfortunately.
Yeah, I really hope that Tafar is not too bad. He looked like he just had a bit of a bleeding nose. He could be a key in the second half with his experience. He had a very nice first half. I thought he cleaned up a lot of things for Marist at the back because Greytown applied a massive amount of pressure.
I think the key thing here is that we have a decent second half of rugby coming up. I'm just thinking back, BG, to when Marist hosted Martinborough. They had a bloke sent off, they were behind, and it was the second half that they were able to clinch victory here. And as Joe was saying, they've got 40 minutes left of what has been a distracted season, and they deserve to be in this final. I think they've got enough in this to push the second half.
Well, it's 2 converted tries to even call it a draw, really, isn't it? So, yeah, it is a big ask, but like we said earlier, it's not unsurmountable. They can do this. I think referee Alistair Payne controlling the game pretty well. He's picking up some pretty tight momentum there. I mean, the call earlier with the kicker in front on the 22 for Marist. So, yeah, I think he's playing pretty well.
Looks like Anton Persico's down there, BG, with Laurie Matthews, who's represented both of these clubs with pride and won championships with Greytown and Marist.
Yeah, he has. We'll go down to Persico now, and I'm sure he's got a barbershop Geordie voucher for Laurie, who looks like he needs a bit of a haircut. Down to you, Anton.
Yeah, Laurie does need a bit of a haircut, so maybe a barbershop Geordie voucher could work for this bloke. But hey, before we get to Laurie, we've got Nicole here from Strength Nation in Carterton. We're giving away a 6-month free membership, and the winner of the membership is?
Yeah, winner of the membership is Melissa Lang. So, Melissa, you've won 6 months at Strength Nation.
Cool, Melissa, you liked the Facebook page of the Childsy and Persico show, and you got pulled out of the hat, and you've got a 6-month free gym membership. So thank you very much to Strength Nation.
Cool, thank you.
All right, now we're with Laurie Matthews.
How you going, Anton? You all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm really good. Hey, now, you're probably the only person in the world that has won this competition with Marist and also Greytown.
Yeah, I'd probably go close to it. Yep, I would.
I think you won 2002 with Marist.
Yep. 2002, yep, Marist, yep.
And 2013 as well with Greytown.
Yeah, 2012 with Greytown, and then the next year I ran the bottle, I ran the waters because just due to an injury.
Yeah. Okay, here the players come back out in the field for the second half. This is going to be an epic one. I'm getting all sorts from this lot.
Not be cricket season, but I hope you're wearing a box.
Oh, good fun.
Brilliant.
Good
For
fun.
those that don't know, Anton, as you may have guessed, is a bit of a Marist man, but he does live in Greytown. You've never seen a more foot in both camp kind of scenario. But nonetheless, and I believe there's an alpaca on this game or something, but that's a whole other story.
I'd like to see Marist here come out really strong, guys, in the beginning of the first 10 minutes of this half. They really need to take it to Greytown here and change a bit of the momentum of this game. They have brought off Big Eden, who's feeling, in the last 15 minutes he was struggling, to be fair, and Jeremiah Mapasua, a Rathkeo old boy, he's come onto the field and he's played half a dozen games for Wairarapa Bush. He's got a lot of experience, so that could really add for Marist. And James Goodger obviously now has come on, who we all know is an absolutely tremendous player for Marist.
We touched on what Marist have to do from half time for this final 40, but what's your thoughts about Greytown? What was the message from the coach there, BG?
Stick to our structures, stick to our game plan. There's a lot we're doing right, and I think we need to be probably looking to keep punching it up those middle, tire out those Marist forwards, especially now that there's a few changes on there. Keep tiring out those Marist forwards, and those holes will open in the backs. They certainly saw that. Raniera controlling that back line and obviously having a huge influence on what the calls are out there, which is exactly what his job needs to be. He's doing it well, and the Greytown back line at this stage looking unstoppable. The only one that's really shone and had a chance to do that for Marist is Paddy Gluck, who now looks like he's going into halfback.
There's probably no greater message for just keep your focus from any coach, that just keep doing what you're doing. Don't confuse things. Don't think about anything else. Greytown have that luxury at the moment. If they just carry on doing exactly what they did in the first half, then they feel they can have some confidence coming into this. But you're dead right, Tony. Marist have got one option and one option only, and that's to score in these next 10 minutes.
And unfortunately, they haven't started well by kicking the ball out on the full from the initial kickoff here. And so Greytown has got a very, very good attacking position right in the centre of the field on halfway. So it opens up a whole field, a whole number of options, and it also gives you the option of the kick in deep if you want to play territory.
I was going to go sideline to Anton Persico with manager of the Marist side, Mark Brown. Anton.
And we're back there with a brilliant try from Greytown. Raniera Peterson again, just absolutely cutting capers. He's having an outstanding game as young Raniera Peterson. And as we see on the replay here, goes short to Raniera Peterson, who takes on the line there and just has too much speed. Number 16 from Marist and cuts through. Logan Prenival sitting on the outside of him, gives a beautiful ball and then stays in the play on the inside. Logan draws and passes beautifully to Raniera. Fantastic start for Greytown. It's going to be very tough for Marist now, guys.
Incredibly well executed there by Greytown, but Tony, you've got to say it actually wasn't all that hard, was it? I mean, they did everything right, and they're very good players, but those gaps, when you break those and you've got two good players against one good defender, there's only going to be one result.
Yeah. Fullback doing all the right things there, marking his man and sticking to him. I mean, you don't have a lot of options at that particular time. Raniera lines up the kick. It's looking pretty good. 32-12. Greytown.
It was very good decision. It was very good decision making from Logan Prenival. He just drew in his player and popped it back inside to Raniera.
Well, 34 points to 12 with that successful conversion. Marist got a lot of work to do, and they need to do it quickly. We talked about them being a second half team. Oh, that's unfortunate. So
that's out off Greytown there, BG. So that may be the little bit of momentum that Marist need here. They've got a very good line out. So let's hope that Marist can get back into this with a driving maul or some nice punching play close to the ruck. They've really got to get themselves back into this game immediately.
Just on the 22, Sam Siossi setting up for the Marist line out. So they're going to the middle. Joe Beach. Ball's flicked out. Paddy Gluck to take it. Aidan Edua, who was sin-binned earlier. He's had some big runs in the early exchanges. Sets it up nicely for Marist. Is that big Jeremiah Mapasura out there, is it? Yeah. There we go. Stand right with a bit of a hit up. Greytown chucking heaps of players into the... not chucking heaps of players into the ruck. Just looking to fan out and defend their line. That's probably all they need to do for the next 36 minutes.
Well, here's Solly.
So Solly Malatai finally getting a run. He's just inside the 22, probably 4 or 5 metres on the eastern side of the ground as they look to continue punching left. Cozza Reid given the fake ball. The old dummy pass there.
Marist into their sixth phase now. Solly Malatai getting his hands on the ball. It's the second time in this set of phases out of 7 phases. Marist, we'll just let that one go. Didn't see that one. And Marist pouring through there. Marist putting on very, very good pressure. Goes to Alasana, who goes out to Paddy Gluck. Goes out to Aidan Edu in the midfield. Onto Raniera Peterson. Peterson's nice and low.
Look, this is the urgency that Marist have been looking for, I think, for the last 40-odd minutes.
Paddy Gluck taking it to the line there. BG, beautiful Tafar on a great angle.
Oh, it's a great try.
Tafar runs a beautiful angle off Paddy Gluck. Lovely experience there. We talked about Tafar at half time. He's just that type of player. He makes very good decisions a lot of the time. That was a lovely line he runs here. Straight through the gap. Very nice, Kieran.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed to do. And look, it was pretty simple stuff when they were coming out to the sideline here. I didn't think that Greytown were getting back quick enough, and it proved to be the case. But gee whiz, I mean, you know, it wasn't that long ago that we were saying that Greytown had scored a try with ease. Well, I think it's fair to say that Marist have just done the same in return.
Look, this is the urgency we talked about earlier, and that willingness and that want. The team that wants it generally wins, right? But both teams are wanting it today, so there can only be one winner. No, that's the urgency that Marist need to keep up now for the next 40 minutes if they want to have any shot of winning this game.
What I liked about that one, BG, is the fact that Solly came in and touched the ball about 4 times during that phase of play there. Finally injected himself into the game.
You've been saying all game so far, Joe, that we need that Marist need to get him involved. You're starting to see him do that himself now, showing a bit of initiative and involving himself.
Yeah, that's right. He's come in tight around the breakdown and had to go there against some tired forwards, but also want to see him back out in the open spaces as well. And Paddy Gluck again. Nice touch upon Paddy Gluck, and he put Tougher in to score there. Nice little angle. Just while we're waiting for the conversion to be taken, got a little shout out here for Weta, Juno, Jace Scott, Smitty and Caddy. CTB boys back down there. Caddy's shouting on his 65th birthday. All the best, boys.
I thought he was getting to gold card standard, Joe. You're quite right. Paddy Gluck lining up the kick. Not sure why James Goodyear was given the marching orders from taking it.
No, not sure at all, BG. He was on the field before that, or was he just...
Unsure. A couple of changes coming up for Marist. Looks like, yep, we've got Henry Wilson lined up.
Tom Campbell.
Young Tom Campbell, the teacher from Chanel College.
Gluck, looking pretty good from here. Yep, down the middle. Well done, Paddy Gluck. That's nice from Marist.
Kieran, they needed that, and this will hopefully lift their spirits and get that urgency going in the team and really power them forward.
That's exactly right. They did need it, and we said we needed them to score in the first 10 minutes for this to be a game. Greytown sort of ruined that, so it was imperative that Marist scored, but they've done it, and this is the thing. We have ourselves a good second half. We said that at halftime. We just need Marist to continue this, and we're in for an entertaining remaining 30-odd minutes.
As Tougher clears from his own, inside his own 22. Logan Prenival hitting that beautiful kick from Tafar.
That's outstanding.
That's 50, 60 metres there from Tafar. Scored the try. Now he's moved into the game with a beautiful clearing kick. He's really starting to inject himself into the game.
Tony, that wind obviously is going to make a big difference for Marist in the second half. It's remained consistent. I don't think it's got actually any stronger. The couple of changes for Marist coming on now, and some good experience there in the likes of Henry Wilson and Tom Campbell. Let's take a look. Corey Reid coming to the sideline by the looks of things.
Cos has been industrious, BG. He's got through a lot of work there, especially some of those hard metres around the ruck.
Yeah, look, he's a big unit, isn't he? Sam Siossi, the other player, taking a break. His game is done as well. He's been instrumental in not only holding some good pressure in that scrum, but taking a few hit-ups as well. As Greytown look to feed the ball, and they're about 14, 15 metres in on the eastern side of the ground in their own half.
Be interesting to see how that scrum battle that goes now with those two big heavyweights coming off the field. That's probably 300 kilos down for that Marist back. What's your thoughts, Tony?
Yeah, and Jerry is a good scrummager too from Marist though, Joe. But you're right, it is going to make a little bit of impact. Always really rated Henry Wilson as a player, and he's been starting a lot for Marist this year. So when I saw in the program that Sam was starting, it was an interesting call from Coach Gerald DeLoga. Let's see how they go here. This is the first scrum with all these changes. It always takes a little bit of settling in when you get a couple of new front rowers on the field. It's Greytown's ball, and they're about 5 metres, about 15 metres inside their own half here. Greytown, Merrick, it's a nice steady scrum there. A little bit of pressure coming in from Marist now, but oh no, referee Payne wants to reset. The front rows came up. Possibly could have let that go, but he was looking at the safety factor.
Yeah, this is going to be the difference, I think, in the next 30, 40 minutes, is that experience from some of these players. They're going to have to talk to the younger players in their squads, in both sides, to be fair. But we want to see that Marist backline actually light up when they get the ball and inject Sully Malatai into the game. Joe?
Yeah, we know he's the key for this Marist backline, and Tafar get him back into the game as well once they break that line. Paddy Gluck, as we've mentioned, has taken the line on a few times and got over the advantage line, so still plenty of time left in this game, plenty of opportunities for Marist.
3 options set up for the Greytown backline.
As they go through, Ranita Peterson with the cutout ball to Grayson Evans. Grayson Evans takes the ball to the ground. Logan Prenival, nice. That's a lot better from Logan, staying on his feet there at the breakdown. Marist coming in through the side. No. And Tavita Isaac takes the hard metres close to the ruck there, trying to get Greytown onto the front foot. Greytown blowing out. Hamish Merrick clears there to Kingi Kaiwai. Kaiwai passes it to Regan Pope off his shoulder. Pope hits it up in the midfield. Greytown looking to retain possession. Hamish Merrick there. And he goes to Kingi Kaiwai. Kingi Kaiwai passes it to Tehana Brown. Tehana Brown takes it to the line. And referee Payne is called crossing there.
All right, this is where Marist really need to step up. They've got to back their line out. They've got to have a go if they want to get back into this game. 3 points isn't going to cut it here, gentlemen. You need to look at the line out or look at the scrum and play the odds because, 34-19 down. Try now from a line out, and who knows, we might see that little maul come in, the rolling maul. Tony, you would have been a fan of those back in the day?
Absolutely love those, BG, and I love seeing them done. They're one of the hardest things to defend in rugby still to this day. International level and club rugby, a really good driving maul is very hard to stop, especially when you have a big line out. You have to make that decision whether you decide to not put someone up against them and just try and drive it, or whether you try and contest.
Well, you've got two fresh players on there, about 15 metres out on the grandstand side of touch. Marist opting for the full line out here, so this will be very interesting to see where they go and how they do it.
Henry Wilson throws into big Joe Beach. He's winning a power of ball. That's about the 7th line out win for Joe Beach today.
It looks like there's an arm that's actually gone around Joe Beach's head too, so that's ended up, the line out's been, the maul's been sacked rather. Oh, lovely ball.
Nice from Puatafa. Here's space here for Marist. It goes out to Solly Malatai. Very good defence from Grayson Evans.
Outstanding defence.
Wow, that was amazing from young Grayson Evans.
I think there might be a bit of a chat here. It's one of those tackles looked a little bit high.
Because Solly Malatai is a very powerful man, and he's got the opportunity here.
Yeah, that's a high tackle.
It is a little bit high there from Grayson, but he did save the try. The touch judge hasn't seen it.
No, nor is the referee. Well, but probably lucky there, Greytown.
Try-saving tackle without any doubt.
Agreed, Kieran. That was amazing. Lance Buchanan over the top there.
That's a terrible throw. James Goodger.
Puatafa unfortunately knocks it on for Marist. Greytown tried to do the over-the-top option to Davida Isaac, but it was too big. They're coming back for the not straight in the line out, so they haven't. Referee Payne was playing the advantage for Puatafa to try and score there, but unfortunately knocks it on.
What's the logic in throwing that deep when you're on defence?
Yeah, that's a big question, Joe.
I don't know, mate. I couldn't throw it that far or that straight anyway. But just saying, I just don't understand the tactics there from Greytown in terms. There's still plenty of time left in this match. What's wrong with playing a bit of territory, getting back on the front foot, and applying pressure at the right end of the field?
One might say that this is probably very handy for Marist, considering the height of that tackle earlier. That looked pretty ugly on Silly Malatai, so it's probably a little bit of payback. Marist will look to really make sure that this scrum is solid, and I don't know that we're going for a pushover, but this is a classic 8 off the back move here, Kieran.
You wouldn't be a referee criticising another referee for missing something, would you, BG, by any chance?
Oh, look, referees make mistakes as much as anyone, mate. There's no doubt about that.
How's this for a scrum?
Big heat from Greytown there. Solly Malatai on off his wing. Solly Malatai! Oh, another great tackle from Greytown. Some desperation there. Gosh. Aidan Edu pops it up to Puatafa. And Tehana Brown holds him up.
No, he's held up. He's probably about a metre short.
It's finding it hard to get it out of there. It's very hard to clear. Alisana. Oh, another really, really good tackle there from Greytown. Marist still absolutely hard on attack here. Alisana Malatai pops it up short, taking the hard metres.
Green and white.
He's going to get held up there across the line. That will end up being a scrum back. Yep. Held up. And Ali Payne's gone back. Marist had an advantage. Greytown were definitely offside there. It's gone back. Alisana Malatai's going to take it quickly. Goes to Tafar. Tafar goes up. And he's getting close to the line as Tafar.
That's wonderful defence from Greytown again.
Gosh, that's good defence from Greytown. Marist had 4 or 5 brilliant opportunities there. Wow. What do you guys think about that? Kieran?
Ali Payne in the right position, Kieran.
I mean, Marist really have turned things around here. They have got a bit of energy that they failed to have in that last bit of the first half. So this is excellent to see from the point of view of the game. But credit where it's due, Greytown are defending out of their skins at the moment. They obviously want to prove that they are the dominant team in this. They're not going to let Marist away with anything simple at the moment.
Crucial scrum here, 5 metres off the line for Greytown. Lewis Bush really needs to bring the heat back into his game at scrum time. Marist attacking, need to get back into the game. This will be a good battle here, Tony.
Absolutely. It's good to see the concentration from the Greytown front row here. They've had dominance, but this is a concentration part of the game for young front rowers. Let's see if they can put a bit of heat in here. Chris Hemi putting a lot of pressure there. Very big scrum from Greytown. But it's only gone round, so it's fine. It's just a reset for Marist.
This is what front rowers love, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
The pressure on the defence, but also the pressure on offence. I know I've got a good mate of mine who's front row watching at home, actually, the big ginger ninja himself, Jason Huggins, who'll be going, I love this stuff. Kia ora, Jakes. I hope you're enjoying the live stream here, as everybody is right around the world, actually, from Dubai, Ireland, Australia, and indeed in some fine drinking establishments in Wairarapa. Kieran?
I think Marist were lucky to get another crack at that scrum, to be honest with you. They were really under the pump and starting to move backwards as well, but they've got it. And so now they really have to make the most of it. They know that Greytown have shown dominance in the scrum here. They've set themselves up with a couple of options in the back. You can't see it quite at the moment on the screen, but they do have a couple of options, either to spin it wide or crunch it up the middle.
Better scrum from Marist there, Kieran. Holding that ball nice. Alisana goes out to Paddy Gluck, and Paddy Gluck skips out one player. And Greytown there, Tehana Brown making a very good cover to tackle there. Marist getting quick ball, going over the top. Soli Malatai now getting very involved. Another little hit up there. It's really, really good to see him getting involved now. Marist need to retain a bit of possession and be patient. Out to Big Jerry. Nice hit up there. Didn't get it. Alisana Malatai goes Aidan Edu with another hit up. Greytown, 3-man on Aidan Edu, pushing him back 2 metres. Alisana Malatai goes out there to the Marist. I think that's Tom Campbell, who hasn't been on very long. Greytown looks like they've been offside.
No advantage here.
It's they wouldn't clear the ruck, so Marist have got a penalty advantage coming their way. Marist still putting a lot of heat on Greytown here, and it's pick and go through the middle. It's very, very nice play from Marist. It's a good patience. They just need to keep this patience going. Aidan Edu again, out the back to Paddy Gluck. Goes through the middle. Puatafa, try time.
That is a beautiful try, and what a fantastic line from Pua. Or as they say, Puatafa, Puatafa.
Yep, absolutely.
He's having a big impact on this game as Paddy Gluck, and that was very good patience from Marist. That's what they needed there, putting a lot of heat on this Greytown side. Some lovely rugby. And if we look at this line here, we look at this play here, so it goes to Aidan Edu, who goes out the back there to Paddy Gluck. And Soli Malatai there was in there, so he drew one player.
How good is that?
And Puatafa may have been a touch forward there, Joe, but hey, look, it was beautiful rugby.
And it didn't matter what line Tuffa run there, he was going to score. There's no doubt about that.
Well taken opportunity there for Marist.
James,
may have been marginally forward, 3 metres potentially, but it's down anyway, and score now. 34-26.
Makes up for that head high earlier. Hey, we've got a game on our hands, a cliche I know, as the sun really comes out on Trust House Memorial Park. Pretty bright out there now, which means that turf is going to heat up beautifully. And when you look at what the score is, this is going to be a very, very exciting finish. There's no doubt about it. Marist seem to have actually really lifted up their spirits and are getting themselves very, very well back into the game.
And they've just made another change with Big Stan Wright coming off and Blair Gardner coming on. As Marist kick off there. Greytown kick off, Marist take the ball. It's coming back there to Tuffa, who clears his line again. Another huge punt from Tuffa. And Tavita goes across there to Grayson Evans. Grayson Evans looking to run it up through the centre of the field. Grayson Evans takes the line on.
Oh.
And Aidan Edu over the top of the ball. And he might have got a turnover here.
That was Paddy Gluck made that tackle too.
He's done very well.
Turnover from Aidan Edu. And Soli Malatai gets a chance one-on-one with Ryan Hargood. And he beats him on the inside. Marist looking very good here. They're really starting to put pressure on Greytown. Gareth Van Dalen pouring through. Rihi Brown pouring through as well. Greytown putting pressure at the ruck. Tafar once again back there to clean up. Playing a very good game as Tafar. Marist looking to just hold on to that ball, slow it down a little bit here. Slow ball. Greytown putting a lot of pressure on at the ruck.
Once again, not a lot committing to the ruck though, Tony, so they're making sure the defensive line is strong. They've fanned out well, particularly in those close quarters, so Marist aren't really getting much of that gain that they were hoping for in close quarters. As Aidan takes another big hit up, he takes 2 or 3 metres.
He's had a strong running game, BG. There's no doubt about that. He's a very strong runner with the ball as Aidan.
Another penalty coming at the expense of Greytown.
So the penalty count's evened up now. It's Marist have just, and that's just from Marist putting a lot of pressure on Greytown. So now Greytown are forced to make decisions at that breakdown, and they're not making good decisions as Marist did in the first half. As we know, rugby's a pressure game, and when you start to put pressure on the opposition, they start to make mistakes. Kieran?
How often do you see this when a team is at it by a decent margin? They're looking pretty comfortable. They know that their game plan is just keep doing what they're doing. The other team starts to come back, and the pressure comes on.
All right, that kick hasn't found touch, unfortunately, as Greytown look to hit it back. Oh, look at that. It's opened up.
Oh! Soli Malatoi comes in with the biggest hit of the match so far.
Comes out to the Greytown midfield with Ryan Hargood there. And there's Ranieta Peterson looking to go wide. And it goes out to Nick Olsen. And it's got Big Tom Campbell chasing back, trying to get him. Tafar's coming across. A very good tackle from Tafar and takes him out. Brilliant from Tafar. Beautifully managed. Big Tom Campbell couldn't quite match it with Nick Olsen for speed. Very, very good from Tafar. He's had an amazing second half. He's done some brilliant things for Marist.
Look, I tell you what, this game has got everything, hasn't it? Anton Persico sidelined with Marist manager, and no doubt his heart rate is going. Mark Brown.
Yeah, Brett, there's been a massive momentum shift in this game, but Greytown obviously hot on attack there as well. I'm down sideline with the manager of Marist, Mark Brown. Brownie, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
Mate, what was the message at half-time? Because things were looking pretty grim.
Yeah, we've just got to play some rugby and have some composure. We haven't played in the first half, so we just need to get our hands on the ball and start to dominate the game.
Yeah, cool, mate. Good luck with the rest of the game, Brownie.
Thanks, mate.
Jeez, it's a good kick.
All right, big box kick coming through. Marist coming through, and they take that very, very well.
They just need to hold on to it here, BG. Greytown's holding it up.
They are.
No, he's
got it down. He's got it down.
Advantage coming for Marist.
Alasana Malatai puts the kick through. Logan Prenival looking to go back here. He's on his own back here, about 5 metres from his line.
Oh no.
Logan's got plenty of time. Oh, and Logan decides to have a go.
The old show and go.
From his own 5 metres. Oh, he throws a miracle ball. Marist have got the ball. Soli Malatai's in there with the ball. There's some crazy rugby there from Greytown.
Mark Childs just lost a few more hairs on the top of his head over that one, I think.
There we go.
Try! Ladies and gentlemen,
Paddy Gluck.
Marist are back.
Bloody hell.
This game is on fire.
34-21, kick to come, a couple of points in it. And what a beautiful day we've got here at Trust House Memorial Park. I know the commentary box, we're up here thoroughly enjoying this. Kieran McAnulty, what do you make of that?
Well, let's be honest. At the end of the first half, Marist were buggered. They were absolutely buggered. They had their hands on their knees and hands on their hips. They were breathing in very, very deep. They were tired, but they have lifted. And some pretty key changes there, bringing the reserves on. Some pretty key changes at key times in this match. And now we've got a rugby game.
I tell you what, there's one guy I'm glad he's not here watching this game at the moment, and that's Dion van der Venter. Just tell him after what we just saw there, that was a poor mistake at the back there by young Logan. Disappointing. Really put Greytown back on the back foot there. 34-31, kick to come. Greytown just holding on to their lead.
2-point ball game. If this kick is successful, we don't want to put the commentator's curse. James Goodyear lining up to take this kick. Bit of a background in the round ball, actually, James Goodyear, from for a number of years ago. Do wonder whether that's aided his kicking ability. It certainly has. He puts a lot of hours into training as he strikes the ball well.
And it's hit the post there, unfortunately.
That was the commentator's
curse. That's 1-1 BG. I did that with a Pally last night. That's your turn on Goodgie.
That's 1-1.
1-1.
I'm not sure what's more outrageous, the fact that Brent Gear cursed Goodyear or that Brent Gear thinks he's a commentator.
Well, at least we've stepped up on the week before, Kieran.
Yes, poor Tony Hargood. Never mind.
So Greytown making some changes there with Max McGilvray, number 19, coming on with Gareth Van Dalen. He's had a very good game, and I think that's the only change at this stage, Joe.
They haven't actually gone to their bench very much, Greytown.
Oh, yes, it does. Logan Prenival has been subbed off for Uso. Us is a very strong running midfielder for Greytown, number 22.
2-point ball game, 17 minutes to play. Sorry, 4-point ball game, 17 minutes to play.
And Peterson puts it down deep there. Looks like Tom Campbell takes it. Gets it to Aidan Edu again. He's a very strong runner. By the way, beats that first tackle. Lewis Bush makes the tackle. Very good from Aidan.
He's been good.
Yeah, he's been very strong. And Alasana puts a nice box kick there. Oh, and they take it. Paddy Gluck.
Again.
Paddy Gluck is on fire today. Absolutely on fire.
They've certainly made their own Gluck today, boys. Sorry, I had to say that. It is Father's Day tomorrow.
Big Tom Campbell standing at first receiver. The big Chanel teacher. Oh, unfortunately, he knocks it on. And it's a turnover to Greytown. Merrick. Goes to Kingi Kaiwai. James Goodger across to make the tackle there. And Greytown, he's got to roll away. Ali Payne's right in there. Hamish Merritt clears the ball there to Rihi Brown. Sits out to Lewis Bush. Lewis Bush hits the gap. Lewis Bush makes nice yardage through the middle. Sets up nicely. Marist have to roll away there.
Lee Gardner's struggling to get out of that ruck
He was. Tahana Brown gives it to Ryan Hargood. Ryan Hargood there takes another hit up. Greytown have now gone 3 phases in the same direction. They'll look to come back to the open now. That's a penalty. So Marist just need to roll out of there a little bit quicker. They've had so much momentum. They've been playing amazing in the first 20 minutes of the second half. They just need to clear that ruck. They don't need to be lying in there, BG.
No, they don't, and they're in a position now where, look, they are in a great position to potentially win this game. They've got their tails up. They've pulled back what was a huge lead for Greytown to come within 4 points. Should have been 2, apologies, Goodyear. But nonetheless, they're now on the back foot. Greytown set to hold their line out right on Marist 22 on the eastern side of the ground.
As Ryan Hargood finds Rihi Brown in the middle of the line, out to Kingi Kaiwai, to Mickey Tafari, who passed it out to Raniera Peterson, who takes on the line there. And Goodgie manages to hold on to him in the midfield. He's not rolling. He's got to roll out of there. Ali Payne, a little bit of leniency there. Kingi Kaiwai looking to take the hole, making another yards. Greytown is about 15 metres out from the line here. Merritt goes out to Regan Pope. Regan Pope takes on Blair Gardner. Nice tackle, Blair. Rushing off the line there to do a spot tackle on Regan Pope. And it goes to Hamish Merrick. Goes in there to Oos. Hitting the line strong. Oh, sorry, that was Mickey DeFurry hitting the line strongly. And it goes to Ryan Hargood now. Ryan Hargood does a hit up, straight off his feet there, the Marist player.
He was
and he's got advantage there. Greytown's playing an advantage. They got a free shot. Lewis Bush with a cutout ball. Out to Chris Hemi on the wing. Prop to prop. Chris Hemi busting up to that line, and they put him out, but they'll come back for the penalty. Lewis Bush with the 10-metre cutout there, fellas.
Oh, I'm a big Lewis Bush fan just because of the way he's played today. That was just absolutely fantastic. I don't think you'd use the word svelte to describe this bloke, but he's running around like the smallest bloke, like the most fittest halfback you'll ever imagine, but he's playing prop. Very impressive.
Greytown won the penalty at the breakdown there. Unfortunately, Blair Gardner 3 times there in the space of about 1 minute, giving away penalty advantage, not rolling away quick enough. Lucky not to be penalised earlier. Carterton just need to settle now. Greytown just need to settle, put the 3 points on the board. Sorry, boys, got excited. Carterton's made the final.
All good.
All right, interesting call here. What do Greytown do? Do they opt for the 3?
I'd certainly think they need to go for 3 points here. They just need to get down here and they just need to change a bit of the momentum, put some points back on the board. Marist probably scored the last 19 points unanswered.
That's right.
So I think now Greytown just need to fire back, and that gives them a 6-point lead, and that gives them the opportunity of trying to get some more points later to try and get outside that 7 points.
Yes. They're doing the right thing though. They're getting together. They're having a bit of a yarn. Get the focus back going. Come on, boys. Let's lift. Haven't got long to go. Just keep going. Take the opportunity while the water gets run onto the board to actually gather their thoughts and get together as a team.
Chris Hemi just struggling at the moment with a bit of cramp, calf injury at this point in time. Interesting, similar stage to last night's game, East Coast vs Carterton, where 15 minutes to go in the field, a lot of players started to go down at that point. Just the fast pace of the game.
And I think the turf, this artificial turf here, has a lot to do with that. I think it just makes for a very, very fast game. And if you haven't been playing on it, and if for you Wairarapa people out there that haven't trained on it or won on it, it's just slightly squishy as well, which means it just does take a little bit out of your calf muscles, doesn't it, guys?
All right, a lot of people asking how long to go. There's about 14 minutes left in the game. Current score 34-31 in favour of Greytown with this penalty to come out. Will make it a very interesting comeback. Marist, again, they're going to have to reset and they're going to have to look, and they've done that a lot today, but they have proven, certainly in the second half, they can do it.
As Raniera Peterson puts over the 3 points there from right in front. So that takes Greytown out to a 6-point lead with 13 and a half minutes to go. It's going to be a very interesting 13 and a half minutes. Strap in. It's going to be all go because all the reserves have come on and they're very keen. Tafar to take the kick-off here.
Certainly can't rule Marist out here. They've proven on time and time again just today that they can turn things around and really lift, and they would still be motivated being within one converted try of getting the lead here.
Another change coming up for Greytown.
Nick Hohepper, who's played it over 30 games for Wairarapa Bush. He's a very nice player. I think he may have had to come on for Chris Hemi. I
Tuli Tougher warming up on the sideline for Marist as well.
Oh, James Goodyer. He is outstanding at that facet. He's been outstanding for Warrapa Bush. He takes the ball on the kickoff beautifully. It's a lovely play from Goodgie.
He's a tremendous athlete, isn't he? Of course, Golden Shares champion in the ball pressing as well.
Absolutely. The 32-year-old plumber from Masterton.
Sure, Gary Warren sitting there watching this game going, don't get injured, I need you Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, yes, and Tuli Tougher now one of the substitutions or replacements for Marist, and he's going on for Chris Matthews. He's had a really good game at centre, I think. He's defended pretty well.
Yeah, Chris has definitely been steady. Yep. Chris has done well, really. I mean, there was a lot of pressure on Chris with Leo being out today, and Leo's been huge for Marist this year, so big heads up, Chris. Well done, mate. Had a good game.
BG, tell us about the substitution. I suspect he's going to test the Greytown defence in the centres there.
Yeah, Tuli, a very, very strong runner, absolutely massive. Probably the only weakness of his game is his ability to tackle high, but look, he can cut guys in half like the best of them. He's like a butcher on a nice soft bit of mutton, so it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens here. Obviously, Greytown have got the ball. He's still got some wheels, Tuli as well. He's getting on in years, but still a very, very solid player and very experienced.
Well, I wouldn't like to tackle him. Look at the size of him.
He's a big lad. Did you say he's another one of the Malatai clan, BG?
I believe so. Yes.
Nice. There's a big family thing going on here at Marist.
Well, that's the Catholics for you.
Yeah. No, his surname is actually Tougher, to be fair.
Oh, he's a Tougher.
Yeah.
Well, there's Toughers playing. There's a couple of Toughers as well. And it goes back to Raniera Peterson.
He's controlled that well.
He's done well.
Oh, well done, Raniera.
Well.
Outstanding play, young man. That just lets your forwards go forward 40 metres up the field. That feels so good when you're a big man that's been working hard all day. That's just absolutely beautiful rugby.
11 minutes to go. Greytown in possession. They're right on the 10-metre mark into Marist territory.
And Greytown throwing in here, BG, so Marist must have touched it. And Rihi Brown takes it down from the top of the line out. Oh, not straight.
I didn't want to say, but gee whiz, those are the things you just cannot afford to do in the final at this stage.
All right, we're going to go sideline Anton Persigo, who looks like he's about to wet his pants down there with Chris Matthews. Anton.
Yeah, hi, I'm down sideline with Chris Matthews. Chris, you just come off the field. Injury, or was it a planned sub?
Oh, a bit of an injury, but also it's a good plan to bring Tuli Tougher onto the field for the last, 10 minutes as an impact. As you know, he can break the game wide open.
Hey, you boys have really fought back into this one. It could go either way at this stage.
Yeah, exactly. I know as long as we can get down there in their 22, we know every time we've come away with the goods. So as long as we can get down there, then we know we've got it.
All right, back to you, BG. Marist with ball on hand.
It's a lovely ball. Lovely dummy pass. Marist, the fullback is away. It's a far. Flicks it back. It's still gone backwards, has it? No. Referee Payne.
Well done from Nick Olsen.
Referee Payne says no.
Covering the experience.
I'm going to have a chat to Chris Jeffries, am I? No, I'm pretty confident that ball's gone forward.
It's a far just shown how dangerous he is once again breaking that line.
There's now 3 Tafars on the field. Pua and Sonatani, is it?
Oh, look, what a mistake from Greytown before at that line out, but then up the other end it's Marist that make the error. Such is the pressure of a final. We've got about 9 minutes left on the clock in the 2020 Tui Cup Club Rugby Final. See, I'm getting my words mucked up now.
This is great rugby. So Marist coming back here in the scrum a little bit. It's just West just wheeled around there to Kaiwai, out to Raniera Peterson, who puts again another huge punt from Raniera.
Look at this.
Massive downfield. And Greytown got a very nice... Oh, it's going to hold up. It's going to hold up. Oh, it adjusts. Oh, it's just gone about half a metre too much. So they're going to come right back now for the scrum, which is going to be a great attacking position for Marist.
This is probably the most pivotal point in the game.
I think you're right there, but to be fair to Peterson, you can't really fault that. That was unfortunate, other than when that last half metre, that was pinpoint accuracy.
I tell you what, Paddy Gluck's been close to one of the best guys out on that field today. What's the chances, boys? 7 minutes to go. Paddy Gluck in under the post conversion.
Oh, he's your big call. Big call.
I'm not talking about conversions after an earlier comment.
And it looks like Oos has gone down for Greytown there and Jack Beatson. Looks like he might have to come on. He's just, no, they're just going to make a call here. Scott Andrews organising the subs. He's just making them wait. So the boys are running on some water here. She's been a very, very fast game. Marist just discussing what they're going to do here.
Quite good too, having the Upper Bush medic on staff today as well. Fantastic. Here last night with the Carterton Club and back here again today for the final.
Doviday, he's a good man, Doviday. Lock for the Greytown for the Carterton thirds.
All
and
right.
there is 7.5, let's say 8 minutes. 8 minutes to run on the clock. And Greytown leading by 6. Marist on the 22 with a beautiful attacking position.
All right, Tony, what do you do here? You've got to bring Sully into the game now, right?
100%. Yep, I would do a crash in midfield. I'd look to come around the corner and go quick again. Give Solly that opportunity to have the one-on-one out wide.
100%. Absolutely right. The last time they scored, he had 2 big key features in that phase. A big part of that try, and that's exactly what they need to try and do again. Need clean ball from the scrum, though.
They need a good scrum here. And that's a good scrum. Jeremiah, good scrum, keeping the scrum up. Paddy Gluck goes.
Oh,
There's the big boy, Sonatani.
Santuli Tuffer with a massive run. Go wide.
Goes through.
Is this it?
Try to Marist in the corner.
That is an outstanding try. That's exactly why Santuli, or Sentry as he's known as, has been brought onto the field. What a barnstorming run.
Big Sentry with a crashing run here. Look at the
this.
unders line
Out
coming
of
through.
Bus off. Was that Mickey Tafati?
Mickey Tafati.
Big see you later, pal.
That was a massive run from Sentry. Gosh, he was a powerful man. And it goes to Alisana there.
Too. Tom Campbell, the big lock, with a lovely pass.
Big kick, boys. Big kick.
And Jeremiah Mapasua, was it, that put it across to the winger? Yeah, nice. Well done, Merritt. This is a huge kick.
This is a huge kick.
And Langer, I don't think Chelsea will go on for a run, but appreciate you commenting on Facebook, pal.
James Goodger, conversion, take the lead.
I better shut up.
This is huge.
I wasn't going to say anything either. I don't want to put commentator's curse on here, but we do know that Goodger is a man who's good under pressure, so this will be interesting to see. Big kick here for Marist.
Not an easy one either. With what Breeze is here today, is going against it as well. So with the tight angle that he's working with already, just made it a little bit trickier with the breeze that exists.
Let's back him, mate.
Absolutely. Good. He's a good man under pressure, is Goodger.
No pressure, good. No pressure.
He takes his time, and he comes in, James Goodger, from the sideline. Hits it
well.
very nicely. It's just shaved the
Joe Harwood, that one's on you.
Oh.
Gosh, that was a good attempt from Goodger. Gosh, unlucky there. Very, very good attempt.
What a game of footy.
Woo. So that's 6.5 minutes to go here.
Someone say drop goal.
And Greytown lead by 1. 37-36 as Ranieta Peterson kicks off.
Several Greytown players actually in front of the kicker there too.
And Joe Beach takes the kick off. Aidan Edu again and runs into Rihi Brown.
Marist have grown another leg.
Lewis Bush and Max McGilvray in there to make the tackle. Alisana with another nice pass. He's got a big ticker there, Alisana Malatai at halfback. Big Jerry, nice running. It goes to Goodgie, taking the hard yards. Marist making some nice metres here on Greytown.
They are.
And it goes to Paddy Gluck. Goes out to Big Sentry again, crashing up.
He's made 2 or 3 metres there as Marist look to reset. They keep going the same way right. They're on the grandstand side of touch.
Going around the corner. And Greytown giving away the penalty.
Options here, boys. Line out.
Yeah, definitely a line out. It's Marist strength. They've got a brilliant line out.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, he's got ants in his pants and his name actually starts with A-N-T. Sideline, Anton Persigo.
Hey. Yeah, Brent, this one is epic down at the sideline. Everyone is fizzing on the edge of their seat here, and you feel the momentum swings with Marist. Greytown look gassed at the moment.
Oh, it's a wonderful kick from Marist. They're probably 10 metres, maybe 11 in from the Greytown 22 line. Huge move here. Again, you've got to include Sully Malatai in this kind of move, whether it's that crash ball again from Sentry, but they've got to go wide.
Henry will Henry Wilson to throw in the line out, down to James Goodger at 6, and it's an overthrow. Ryan Hargood, because Kingi Kaiwai puts a massive punt downfield, does Kaiwai.
That's
over
a great
the top.
approach, look at that.
It's huge kick.
Pressure on Marist now.
And here comes Malatai now. He's looking what's Malatai going to do with the ball. Ryan Hargood's down there, misses the first tackle. Max McGilvray. Solly Malatai goes around the outside. Ricky Brown. He beats 3. Regan Boat. He beats 4. Ricky Brown comes back at him. Regan Boat. It ends up being Nick Olsen that takes him on the Marist 40-metre line. Very good from Solly. Brings out, takes a lot of pressure off.
Isolated.
Needs to get back and reset into
It's
that
another
back
good
line
run
now.
there from Marist, getting over the advantage line from Big Henry Wilson. He's done a good impact since he's come on. Paddy Gluck. And he goes wide there. It's Tafar.
Reset pods looking in midfield. Some
And
of these Marist
Blair
players.
Gardner takes the pick and go, but he's a bit isolated, but they manage to retain possession. Alisana Malatai passes it out to Henry Wilson. Henry Wilson with the tip on to Aidan Edu, who takes the ball. Marist need quick ball here. They need to recycle.
Yes.
Yep, there they go. They've got the space here. And it's gone to Tafar. And he does a big bump off there. On Jack Beatson by the look of it. That's fine. That's coming through the middle of the ruck. Absolutely.
You've got to protect your ball.
But no, Marist managed to hold on to it here.
They do,
So
Jeff.
Marist are about 30 metres out from the try line. And it goes wide here.
Jeremiah Mapasua with another big run.
Marist absolutely full of energy here. James Goodger through the middle. Marist are on fire at the moment.
Using their experienced players.
Big
to
Henry
set that
Wilson
ball up.
again. Crashing forward.
Oh, how exciting is this? This is what you want from finals footy.
Oh, it's amazing rugby. It's a great finish to a great competition this year.
Discipline's important. 1 point in it.
As Marist just slowed this one down now.
The tension, 3 minutes to go in this game is amazing. Marist still hanging on to it.
Aidan Edu again. How many hit-ups has he had today? No, nothing there. Ali Payne letting it run. Another little pick and go there from Marist. They're just taking their time,
yeah.
This is got to be careful not to give away a penalty here.
Yep.
Alisana Malatai has gone down, which is a bit of a worry for Marist because he's been outstanding. It could be cramp.
Get up, boy.
Come on, Alisana, get back in the line, buddy. You've got to get that quick ball for your mates. And Blair Gardner there, right on top. Marist just taking their time. They may be looking to milk the penalty. If they can get a penalty here right in front, it could be the difference in the game. Greytown need to hold their discipline.
They're going well. They're going well, Marist. They're just going to hold on to that ball.
It's great patience from Marist. They're just trying to milk that penalty. It's good stuff.
Greytown doing everything right too, to be fair. Staying on the line, only moving forward when the ball is touched.
This has been an outstanding game of rugby.
We're
As they count down the clock.
We're definitely upwards of 10 phases here, BG.
Paddy Gluck in the pocket. Paddy Gluck in the pocket. Not quite yet. Oh, he's moving to that position.
Oh, we're at the 2-minute mark, are we? Yeah.
He's got
coming
a bit of a
in.
limp, Paddy Gluck too, actually.
A minute and a half to go, guys. A
He
minute and a
lines up
half.
for the drop goal. Look at that. He's in
He
perfect
is.
position for it.
Paddy Gluck. Let's see what happens here.
Good discipline by Greytown.
Yep.
It has been.
Excellent.
Yep. Big Aidan Edu, another hit up.
Oh, he's had an outstanding game. Blighted earlier with that yellow card, but he certainly hasn't shot off anything. Blair
Gardner with a pick and go there.
He's the type of bloke you want on at the moment, Blair Gardner. Heaps of experience.
Oh, counter ruck.
They're going in.
Greytown may have turned that up. No, well done, Marist. Great patience. We're down to 1 minute, are we? Yes, we are. We're inside the last minute of the game here.
Paddy Gluck sitting in the pocket.
How long do Marist keep going with this? This is absolutely scintillating rugby.
Great defence from Greytown. This is where you go from hero to zero if you take the drop goal, isn't it? You don't want to miss this.
Could cut the tension with a knife here, fellas.
You could. We're getting more out of this than tonight's game, North v South, that's for sure.
Oh, this is one of the best club rugby finals we've seen in years.
Oh, it's amazing. And brilliant defence from G-Town. Oh, no! Oh, no! A knock-on against Marist. That is huge.
That's a big...
20 seconds to go.
Big call.
Oh, mate.
1 point in it.
So sorry, people out there, just to explain what happened there. Because we're all yelling as there was a knock-on there from Marist at the ruck after probably 20 phases of brilliant patience, and Greytown's discipline was amazing. So, gosh... absolutely brilliant. I mean, guys, we probably have to just say huge heads up to Greytown there.
Yep, absolutely.
Huge.
You know, it would be so tempting for them to breach that line to force an infringement or something as they're under pressure, but they were very, very disciplined. And you saw Paddy Gluck was right there behind the ruck, waiting for that ball for the drop goal. Never came his way because Greytown were putting pressure on at the ruck.
Oh, look, they'll be really disappointed with themselves. There was, obviously other options out there, but they stuck to it, the pick and go. It was working really, really well for them. Joe, a lot of pressure there, but great defence from Greytown.
Yeah, well done, Greytown. Discipline was good. Potentially the last scrum of the game. Ryan Hargood's at loose head prop. Marist have to be careful not to wheel around here and give away the scrum penalty. Big point of the match here. Seconds only left remaining.
Oh.
Ryan Hargood struggling at the loose head side.
Hasn't played prop all year, Joe.
No, he does have some experience in prop though, but what a big call to put him in there with less than a minute
This is
left to go.
ginormous because we're over the 80-minute mark. This is a huge call.
What is that? Was that injury?
Why can't Nick Hohepper go into loose head prop there? I'm a bit unsure what's happening here, Greytown.
Yeah, well, Jerry Mapasua needs to bring the heat.
Absolutely.
Last opportunity in the game.
Big Jerry needs to get on the back of the neck there, drive him through.
Scrum penalty.
Absolutely, it could happen here.
The crowd are very, very vocal. This needs to be a huge scrum from Marist.
Ryan Hargood, good luck, young man. See what you're made of.
Ali Payne down on one knee, taking
Oh,
a really
well
good
done, Ryan. Huge scrum, young man. And good pressure there from
Gluck
Marist.
again.
Oh, Goodgie! Oh, penalty!
Do not celebrate too early, Marist.
James
You've still got to get that
Goodger.
ball over.
Oh, cometh the hour, cometh the man.
Tony,
James
for years,
Goodger.
James Goodger has wanted to win a title for Marist. It's come down to this. He has taken the shot at goal.
Oh,
My Lord.
absolutely. Gosh, James Goodger, that was amazing. Absolutely nothing happening. Gets into beautiful position.
Let's go sideline Anton Persico. I think he's got his hand over his eyes at the moment. Anton, what are you thinking?
Oh, I'm hiding in the little box here. I can't watch. James Goodger all over the ball. What a steal. He's an absolute legend, but now he has to finish it off. I can't watch. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen.
So the kick here, we're looking at about 15 metres to the right of the post here on the 22. Under normal circumstances, this is an easy shot at goal.
Shut up, Tony. Shut up, Tony.
But I can assure you out there, under this kind of pressure to win a title, this is not an easy kick.
That's
like
exactly
I said earlier,
right.
I know that James has wanted to win a title for Marist for a number of years. He's been a huge club man, a really, really loyal supporter, coach for the junior rugby as well. To come down in a final and have a guy take the kick that could win or lose the game is just massive for this young man.
Here we go.
This is huge. James Goodger taking his time, taking in some deep breaths here.
Go on, Goodger.
If he gets it, they win. If he doesn't, Greytown wins.
Yep.
That's it.
It's exactly right, Kieran. It's as simple as that. Goodgie taking his time. He comes in. He hits it. It looks good. It looks very good. Take the title.
2002, Tony. 2002 was the last time they won it. James Goodger is now the hero of the green and whites. Players are on the ground. They cannot believe it. What a comeback. What an exciting club rugby final, and one of the best we've seen here at Trust House Memorial Park.
Absolutely amazing game, guys. As a Greytown supporter, I could not be happier for Marist. That was absolutely, there was fight, there was tension. That was absolutely amazing. And BG, I'd like to back up what you say about James Goodger. He's a great man in the community. Absolutely amazing.
Just a shout out to his boss, Gary Warren. Goodger won't be at work this week, mate. He deserves the week off. Corey Reed's come out of retirement this year. Marist, 75th Jubilee. First time they've won it, I think 18 years, something like that. Outstanding, great comeback.
All right, well, we're just going to cross live now to Anton Persico, who is with James Goodger.
Tell us when we're on.
Oh, my God, Persico, what a kick.
Oh, I'm absolutely gassed. I feel like I've played 80 minutes of rugby just after that celebration. But Goodgie, you're an absolute legend. You stole the ball. You've then got to make the kick, mate. How does it feel? You've been waiting a long time for this.
No words, Pisco. I'm so stoked, man. Boys, we know we're a second half team, and we knew we were still in the game. I'm just bloody wrapped, eh? That's not just me, hey. That was a bloody good scrum we showed there in the last on full time. So
I love you, Goodgie.
To the whole team, mate.
Well done. Get inside and celebrate with your team.
Run 5 metres, the huffing and puffing going on there. That was amazing. We're actually going to go, we'll go down trackside now. That is an amazing result from Marist. But credit to Greytown and what was a fabulous game.
Wow, that was really an amazing game. And it's the culmination of a huge year for these clubs. We've had a huge year with COVID and everything going on, and they've had a lot of challenges thrown at them. So to Mark Childs and Gerald Laloga and the boys from both sides, absolutely great way to finish the season. I'm still feeling really excited, even as a Greytown supporter. I thought it was amazing, guys. Kieran?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm really privileged just to be able to watch this game, let alone join you boys to help commentate it. That was one of the best games of rugby you'll ever see, in my view, because of the drama and the atmosphere. You know, there's only 100 people here in front of this commentator's box, but you'd think, as I said earlier, there was 1,000. The passion for this match was incredible. And they showed the drive that they had and showed how much this meant to them. And 2 points here, Tony. One, when Alistair Payne called the penalty in favour of Marist, they acted like they'd already won the game. That's how much it meant to them. And when Goodger got that goal over, everyone here erupted. Greytown supporters, Marist supporters, they just appreciated that for Wairarapa Bush Rugby, this was a great spectacle.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at the respect down there between those two sides. That was just an amazing game of rugby. I thought Tafar was absolutely amazing in that second half. I thought Rani Peterson had just an incredible game of rugby. It was just a lovely game to watch. Joe?
Yeah, great way to finish too. Just a shout out to James Goodger. He's been a stalwart of Wairarapa Bush Rugby for a long time. For the Marist club, we know he suffered some serious injuries over the year. To come back into that game, to nail that pressure kick at the end to win it, look, great achievement for him. Again, shout out to the coaches, the management staff for both teams. What an excellent game.
And possibly one of the nicest blokes you'll ever meet, James Goodger as well. Joe, now, you know, just like the rest of us, we're watching this and we're watching the games throughout the season. This gives us, rugby fans here in Wairarapa, a bit of hope and a bit of heart heading into what will be the 2020 version of a Heartland season. You know, we've seen some pretty good players coming through the ranks this year.
Yeah, definitely. And there's 14 new faces going to be playing in that Wairarapa Bush team this year, which is very, very exciting. Very much looking forward to that season. Joe?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to get the boys together next week, and I'll tell you what, one or two guys put their hands up out there today and had some great performances as well. So great to have some young guys back in the region, guys that grew up here as well. That's what we've been working hard on for 3-4 years now. And you're just really wrapped in terms of how this club season finished up, the spectacle we've seen today, and yeah, Marist, well done. Back to them again.
And just one more shout out there for Paddy Gluck today, the first 5 for Marist. Gosh, I thought Paddy had an exceptionally good game. Paddy quite often plays halfback. He's a tutor out at Rathkill there, and thought that he had an amazing game. It was absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, well deserved too. You got to be going close to giving 3 points to Paddy with Marist coming through with the win. You mentioned earlier, Rani Peterson had a great game, as he did, took it to the line. And yeah, Marist down and out for a while there, really struggling after 20 minutes of footy. Came back strongly, and a game well deserved.
So now we're just going to cross over to Anton on the field.
I'm here with Peter Beach. Peter, that's the biggest get out of jail. Big boy. Tell us about it. Epic.
All in from the get-go at the start of the season. Just had to keep. You can't give up in the final, and we got the team to do it, eh? James Goodger.
Oh, Goodger and Paddy Gluck. Paddy Gluck's game at first 5 as well, mate. I haven't seen some of these old timers here at Marist. These boys are over here. This is epic. It's going to be huge now. Listening to this, I'm putting in my leave application until next Wednesday. Yep. I won't be at the office. I'll be with Beachy.
Marie Patton, I'm not coming in on Monday or Tuesday.
Let the celebrations begin. Go Marist.
So as the Marist supporters there are all over with their supporters, they're just celebrating everybody. It's hard to see what's happening down there at the moment. Greytown just over there consoling each other. But guys, it's just been a lovely way to finish a fantastic rugby season. I've been lucky enough to get around and watch all these games, and the standard's been very high this year. It's a very, very nice way to finish, Kieran.
Yeah, and full credit to Wairarapa Bush Rugby Union as well, because You know, COVID has presented some challenges to the footy season this year, and I know that there are a huge number of people right around the region, not just those from Greytown or here in Masterton that are Marist supporters, but just rugby fans that were keen to come along here and watch this. So good on them for putting this live stream on, and thanks to our sponsors for allowing it to happen, and those that watched from the various places around Wairarapa and the bush regions. I understand that Brent Gear is down there ready to commence the presentation. So on behalf of all of us here in the commentary box, we'll pass on to Brent.
What an outstanding game of footy, Paddy. Our man of the match in the commentary box. You were everywhere. What a remarkable game from first five to fullback. Dotted over the line yourself, mate. What was it like out there when you were down at half-time? What was said at half-time that geared you guys up?
Look, we've been in those situations all season, and we've just had to dig deep and get ourselves out of it. It started for us all the way back November last year, all the way through the lockdown. The community we built in Marist online over that time, doing the hard work, and it just all came out tonight. So.
Look, something that's been missed, Paddy, too. It's not only just the first grand final win since 2002, but in the year that Marist celebrates 75 years as a club. That's impressive.
Yeah, look, we had Old Timers Day a few weeks back, and they, you could see it on their face how proud they are of the club, and we're just swelling with pride at the moment. So just just proud.
Congratulations, mate, on an absolutely fantastic game, and enjoy the night.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
Back to you guys.
And I'd just like to call on Tavita from Greytown to come and say a few words, please. Tavita.
Hey, firstly, massive congratulations to Marist. Game of rugby, there's winners and there's losers, and how fitting for it to come down to a penalty kick by, I believe, 1 point of James Goodger slotting it. So well done, Marist. Congratulations. It's been a testing year for everyone this year with this COVID stuff. But you know, I think Peter and I met last night, and what we did promise is that it would be a spectacle. There was a lot of points scored, a lot of razzle dazzle shown, and it was definitely I think a well suited game to be a grand final. Just to our boys, you know, heads up, we win together, we lose together, such as rugby. Massive thanks to our management team. There's lots of them. In particular, Panga, JT, Chelsea, T-Mac and Dane, all of those other guys behind the scenes. You've just got to come back next year fighting fit, hungry and ready to go. Lastly, big thank you to our sponsors, supporters up there. You know, sponsors and supporters. You know, we only got to invite 100, but it sounded like there was 500 here, so thank you very much for that. Made our day, and same to the Marist guys over on the far fence. Really good. Well done. Cheers.
Thanks to Vita. Now we'd like to call up the Marist captain, please. Say a few words and then lead on with the medals.
First of all, big thanks to Greytown. Quick, fast-paced game out there to start it off. I think we said when we played you guys last time we'd see you guys again and set a real high standard of play, and to come away like that, yeah, it wasn't never going to be a one-sided affair. It's going to go right down to the wire. To the Greytown supporters, vocal as ever, big ups to you guys for coming down, getting behind your team. To the Marist supporters, if there's any left, doesn't look like it. Straight to the club rooms. Oh, here we are. And big thanks to our coaching team. So Gerald, Joe, Hurley, Brownie, Lizzie, everyone else that's been involved. You know, huh? Oh, Nate, sorry, Nate. Pretty rocky last couple of years for Marist. For you guys to stick in, keep the faith in the boys, keep turning up year in and year out, means a lot to guys coming into the environment. To my boys, awesome. Real proud. Not much else I can say, eh? Just built a real strong unity with each other, one of the best teams I've ever been a part of on and off the field. And just to stick in there, I'd say it was never a doubt, but I've kind of looked in doubt for a bit there. And just thank you for sticking in. Thank you for an awesome year. And thanks to the Wairabush Union. Thanks to our sponsors for setting everything up. Cheers.
Thank Peter. And we've got Vicky here, our acting chairman, and Stacey Putty. And Stacey, along with the Wairabush staff, I'd like to thank them for all the work they've done to make sure this final went well. And if you just come up and get your medals, and it's lead on by you, Peter.
Sammy, Siasi. Jeremiah Mapsua. Reece Severn. Henry Wilson. Blair Gardner. Chris Matthews. Make a line, boys, far out. Stan. Solly Malatai. Ants. Allah. Joe Beach. Tommy Campbell. James Goodger. Eden. Tafa. Cozza Reed. Paddy G. Tuakana Couch. Century. Pua. The Fuzzy Cuzzy Aiden Nidawita. And Peter Beach. Oh, yeah. Leo. Jordan McDowell. Who else wants one? Fella. Couches. Coaches. Need coaches. Ben Hurley. Oh, you're going to run out of medals. Okay. Ben Hurley. Tua. Joe Nooks. Mark Brown. G. Come on, mate. Gerald. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Cool. Awesome.
You want to say anything? You want to say anything? Okay, we'll just get Vicky to hand over the trophy now.
Dougie, can you give that to Mark Brown when he comes? Yep. Cheers.
Yeah, they got up there now. You got beers up there, right? Fucking good final. I had a difference
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
He's going to dance down there.
Grandstand.
Yeah, I'm going to do exposure first. Waiting. Set.
Well, that's it from Trust House Memorial Park. A massive comeback from Marist and a fantastic win. Credit to Greytown, though. What an amazing game they played. Went out to an early lead. Marist fought back really hard in that second half, and it came down to a final 30-second to go penalty and kicked by just an amazing player, James Goodyear, and an amazing man. So congratulations to Marist. It's been a long time between drinks. 2002, I believe, was the last time they won it. This year, celebrating 75 years of the club, and they go along and win the Tui Cup for 2020. It's been a great day here of rugby, there's no doubt about that, and two fabulous teams. Thank you to all those that have watched on the live stream via Wairarapa TV, Facebook, or of course YouTube. We'll catch you back next time for 2021 club rugby season, whatever that may look like, and real soon for the Wairarapa Bush season. Kia ora.
That's a wrap. Thank you, everybody. Please return your headsets.